were talking about that Jordan Peterson quote where he's like, you need to become a monster.
You need to be a monster, but know how to keep him covered, keep it sheathed.
It's because we live in a society, though. Because if you go back to like the year 800, 900.
It was kill or be killed.
It was, you basically, there
you
was
have
no
more food than me, therefore I'm going to come over there and burn your hut, and take your wife, take all your food.
And there's like no consequences to your actions, basically. Yeah. Like if you just wanted to let that monster out whenever you could.
Keep yourself alive. Keep you and whatever family you may have alive.
But nowadays,
any means necessary.
Nowadays, we're putting you both in jail, just like in school. Even if you were defending yourself,
even if you were the one getting bullied, if you defended yourself, you're going right to the same.
They need to change that, dude.
I know, but their original intent was like, look, we don't want to incentivize violence at all. Yeah. So both parties have got to be punished because we want these kids to understand doesn't matter. Violence is not the answer.
And then that happened with me, that one fight where I got into, where I defended myself. I won the court case and all that stuff, but it still cost me like $7,000 because even though you were self-defense, all that stuff, you're still going to have to hire a lawyer to be like,
go through the legal process.
That's such bullshit, dude.
It really is. And you have to have, really your only best chance is to have a good jury that understands.
And then you got society nowadays where it's like, I swear this whole point of all this was to make men weaker. They don't want you to be a man and be like, it's looked down upon.
I don't think there's necessarily a they that goes along with that.
The left has done it for years.
Well, yeah, there's definitely...
Where it's like, it's racist to work out. There doesn't need to be violence.
Yeah, it's toxic to be healthy and all that. And I see that message.
And they're also trying to lower T in every dude.
Well, I mean...
With all the food that we're eating.
And see, that's the thing. Is like,
then that blue light stuff, too, that like from last week that I showed you.
Yeah.
That fucks with women. I guarantee you that blue light stuff messes with our hormones, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has a direct effect on everybody. Humans, in general. It doesn't distinguish between male or female.
And I watched a video on that blue light stuff, too. So, we went from, like red, blue, green was not LED, right?
Like RGB?
Like back whenever there was fatback TVs and all that stuff. That's not an LED. Correct?
I don't believe so.
And so...
Welcome to the Holler, where we just holler, and we don't even know what we're talking about.
So, like the LED, I watched a video on it. They say if you take like one of those like some kind of certain camera or whatever, and you film like a screen or like the LED lights, because you remember lights used to be kind of yellow and not bright white.
Mm-hmm. The halogens.
Dude, it's like flashing.
Like a pulse? Yeah.
Yeah, like at 1,000 RPMs a second.
Yeah.
Like probably
like if you try to film a screen or something on you're catching the refresh rate of the pixels. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But like a light or something that's sitting there pulsing, that could be something different. Because I know with a TV, if you film it and you can see the bars going up the TV, that's the pixels on the screen refreshing the image.
Our eyes are still technically taking all that in.
You're taking that frequency of all of that
messes with our brain bad.
Oh, yeah. That's why they say don't use your phone like an hour and a half before bed.
Yeah, because it'll
ramp you up. It keeps you up, and your heart rate is not at your resting heart rate because you're taking in information and your body's like reacting to it. There's a bunch of stuff that like, oh, yeah, you may feel fine. You may be in the bed exhausted. And you're sitting there fixing to clunk out. But if you're on your phone, there's subliminal stuff going on in here that's going to fuck with you while you try to sleep.
I'm going to try to start doing, like, because last night I had a really good night's sleep, all that stuff. But that's because I got home, and probably the first time in months where I just went home, completely black room, everything's off.
You drove in the dark for a while.
Everything's off. Like, I woke up feeling refreshed, like 7:30, and went to bed at probably like 3.
Yep.
But felt fully refreshed, fully ready to go, just in a completely black room.
Yep.
Just no TV, because I've been going to bed with like YouTube playing. Mm-hmm. And like...
That's a hard habit for me to break because the woman in there, she loves to watch TV right there as we're going to bed. Yeah. And we'll sit there and we'll watch a show for a little bit. But I always, like, as I can start hearing her snore, I'll set a timer for like 25 minutes and set that. And then I'll just turn over and close my eyes and start getting some of that darkness because that's what tells your brain. That's a signal. Darkness.
Time to go to bed.
Let's start producing the sleep chemicals.
Yeah.
Darkness is very important.
Another thing my stupid brain has realized about like sleep and like staying up late or like drinking. I don't know why I just don't start doing it. And I wonder if this is like why once you like start getting older, you realize, oh, if you go to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock and you have everything and you get a full night's sleep, the next day you feel like $1 million. But then staying up all night, like drinking, listening to music, doing something like stand up to, even if you're not drinking, but you stay up, for example, like playing video games to like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then you try to wake up the next day and go to work, you're just like, there's a fog about it where you're just like,
well, especially going to work. Because, I mean, hell, last night I sat in here and played Battlefield 6 until almost 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then
But you didn't really have to wake up till.
I woke up at 6:50 a.m. and just went.
That's just your circadian rhythm.
I feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like I got a good night's sleep, but I did drink. So it was like, I know that I didn't get a good night's sleep. I just feel like I did.
And I did those gummies or whatever from the Amnesty to Muscaria ones.
Amanita muscaria. Yeah.
I've done those for the first time.
Those nootropic gummies.
I've done those for the first time Friday in like a month. Mm-hmm. And since Friday, I have felt like, oh, this is what I was missing for like the last month and a half. Like, no wonder I was feeling good, like garbage. Like, I don't know why.
Biggest thing is a distraction.
It locks you in like the next day. I swear it clicks something. Those like Amanita muscaria ones, they click something in your brain where it's like, you know what you need to do. And you know it will work if you do this, but you won't do it. And then the day after, you're like, I'm just going to start doing it. Like, you don't even have to tell your brain, like, what is that called? Whenever you're like supposed to do something, but you keep just putting it off.
Procrastinating.
Yeah. Like the whole procrastinating.
Yeah.
Those things like turn that procrastination thing off in your brain.
And it makes everything make sense.
Yeah.
Everything's like, oh, I'm supposed to do that. Duh. Yeah, that's big for me. Like if I wake up and I feel like I can't focus and I'm like thinking about other stuff, I'm trying to do stuff and I'm like getting frustrated at what I'm doing because my mind is not there. My mind is somewhere else. But I can wake up some mornings and sit down in the van and drive an hour to work. No music, no nothing, and just be focused. Purely content in my thought, focused.
Has that been happening to you too recently?
Oh, so much.
I'm talking about like, you won't even turn on a podcast or
I
music.
won't turn on anything. I'll just sit there and
that's happened to me like 4 times.
And have a conversation in here. Or I'll actually talk out loud. You should see me going down the road, man. I sit there and have full-blown conversations with myself out loud. So, like, you just see me I'm sitting here, like, making things make sense up here. But it's all, like, focused.
What those things also do to me is, like, they basically, it's probably always been in my brain this whole time, and I knew it's been in my brain this whole time, but it wakes that part up where it goes, hey, man, you live one time. Mm-hmm. You might as well make the most of everything you do. So stop with this, oh, you just want to sit down in your underwear and watch YouTube for 3-4 hours and not do anything. Like, it turns that thing off where it's like, dude, remember, you only live once. One time that we know of.
Yeah.
Like, this is your one chance. You might as well just do everything in your power to just maximize everything.
Well, not to mention the fact that anything relating to mushrooms increases neuroplasticity.
But how do they... Oh, like even the Amanita muscaria ones?
It creates neuroplasticity. It creates folds in your brains, allows more room for neurons. It literally makes your brain function better.
It like locks you in.
It adds more storage. It adds more. It's right there.
I don't understand how it... Like, even though it's always been in there, it just seems like it goes in there and starts turning things on where it's like, why it like goes in there like Patrick's brain where it's like, why has this been off? This
and the gears start spinning.
It's like, why has this thing been off for like the past month? Oh, it's because I haven't been really doing anything.
Nope.
And then it's just been off. You've been getting lazy. You've been getting, and you take those next time, like by the next day, you're like, all that stuff gets turned on where it's like, let's go in here and turn on all the lights. And you know what to do. Let's do it.
Now, I'll tell you one thing that really does that for me, no chemicals involved.
Is it devastating heartbreak?
Well, no.
It does do that, though.
One really good really intense body breaking workout.
Yeah.
If you'll break yourself to the point where like you have to go sit down,
Yeah.
you wake up the next day, you're probably going to be a little tight, but you're going to be clear. You're going to be clear.
It does flush everything away.
Joe Rogan made a really good point about that. He's like, your body is meant to exert. It's meant to exert. That's what it's built for.
Yeah.
And if you don't exert,
you
it
start
builds
getting
up. You get tense. You get tense, and you're like, oh. And he says that people that do jujitsu are like some of the calmest, nicest people on the planet.
And then there's that stuff where it's like you start noticing, like for example, for me, like if I get real lazy about like lifting weights, like I have been, in your brain, like and it pokes at you all day. You're like, you didn't work out for the past 2 days. You have to do it whenever you get home. Then you get home and you're like, I don't want to.
One more day. Tomorrow would work better.
But then I just need to start telling myself, you're going to be like, dude, you're such a PUSSY the next day for not doing that. Because you feel like it. You're like, dude.
You wake up feeling the same that you did, just as stressed and just as anxious, and you know the fix.
And you're getting weaker too. You're like,
yep.
You do not need to fall back into this, dude. Again.
I think with how active you are, you're not going to start degrading over a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But
I haven't been working out as hard though. Like what I do now is fine. But like I've just been not trying to gain, just doing like 4 sets.
Yeah.
Just, okay, let's keep it. I know you're not trying to go hard.
Keeping everything loose, you're not really full on exerting, trying to rip muscle. You're just trying to maintain.
But then Friday, took those. I'm like, it starts. And then I got my heart ripped out last night. And I'm like sitting here just going, for the second time already. And I'm just like, dude.
Tennessee football.
It all changed. It all changes.
I like to do my strenuous workouts. I space them. I'll go a couple of months without having one that actually breaks me.
Yeah.
Just go a couple of months, but in between, say if I take there's been weeks, 2 weeks. I'll take 2 weeks off.
Are you talking about those ones where you might even have like the whole day off? Like for example, like today. But like it's those days where you're like motivated and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go until I can't. Until I basically can't no more, dude. And you'll sit there for 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours just cranking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take long breaks, 10, 15 minutes in between sets, but I'm still sitting there every 10, 15 minutes.
I think that's actually good to do.
What Joe Rogan talked about, where he's like, wasn't it a Russian dude that was like, you need to, like a Russian bodybuilder or something?
I think it was Mike Mincer.
He was sitting there going, wait until your body's fully recovered.
Get all the oxygen back in there.
And you're feeling good. Do another, and go slow. Just.
Yep. Controlled movement's better than explosive movement, I think, personally. It feels better for me.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go in there on the bar and you just want to...
You can tear
do it.
So
do
quick,
it. Sure. If it works for you, do it. Because not everybody's the same.
Yeah.
For me, I like slow and controlled, working on the form, because I've never really had good form when it comes to heavy weights. That's why I don't even know what I can squat.
I don't know.
I don't know my max on anything. I just know that I can go out there and put 120 pounds on the bench press and do it and work out good with it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything heavier than
20 reps of it. Just.
Yeah, 15 reps, 15 good reps, and you're done. It's like, that's all I want. Well, that's, half my body weight. I feel like a good standard would probably be, okay, you should probably be able to bench your body weight.
Yeah.
I think that's probably...
Well, they say...
I've never tried it.
They say this as a joke, but I honestly believe it. Just be like, every grown-ass man in America should be able to bench 225, 245-pound plates, clink, clink, on both sides. You should be able to do 225 at least once.
Yeah.
That's what they said. That's what Bert Kreischer said.
Never tried. Because I love watching these fitness videos and these weightlifters and all this. I like watching that stuff. I've learned a few things that have actually worked for me.
Yeah.
But that's the science of it, is you got to find what works for you, because everybody's body's different. Everybody's totally different. It's all different. And I have to base a lot of how I work out on how it makes me feel. Mm-hmm. Like, I need to feel good the next day. I don't want to be constantly full of lactic acid all the time.
Yeah.
So I like mobility, body weight workouts.
They say to do this.
Yeah, do all the shaking. I like body weight stuff.
That does work though.
Kettlebells.
If you do this after like doing a hard set, it feels like it does get all that acid out of there.
Yeah.
Or moving around at least.
I like stretching after my workouts. You know, I like to feel limber. I don't want to feel stove up, you know, and I hate waking up sore. So I always go until I'm like, okay, and like my hands are shaking and I'm trying to hold my water. I'm getting my creatine in there, you know, and I'm shaking. But after a couple of hours, I'm okay. And I'm not going to wake up the next day hurting.
Yeah, but here's another thing you were talking about. If you do like a really good workout, like what you're supposed to do and like what your brain is like telling you, okay, we're good. The next day you're like, you kind of feel like, and then you start noticing it, especially if you've been going hard for like 3-4 weeks and then you do it and you already know you're like feeling good. The next day, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the T that got raised or anything like that, but you just feel like, you kind of are like, I'm the fucking man, to be honest with you, dude. I don't know what that is. It must be the testosterone that gets raised.
That's ego. That's all ego.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's subtle. Like, I'm not saying you're going to start turning into the cocky son of a bitch walk, but that's just
me and you ain't like that, though. Like we ain't going to go up to people and be like, I'm jacked as much. But in your head, you're like, you're kind of like, I am kind of the fucking man right now.
You feel good in yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
But you ain't going to be one of those dudes where you're like,
yeah.
You know, the whole, like, that's like ego shit.
Big time.
But in your head, though.
That's the one that'll get your teeth knocked out these days.
But the one in your head, though, I like that feeling where you're not bragging to nobody. You're not doing any, you call it humble. Like, you have an ego, but you're humble.
You and your bubble are proud of what you've been doing. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You feel good about it. You're on track.
Yeah.
That makes you feel good about yourself.
But, like, you ain't going to, like, kick.
But you're not going to go to Walmart, you know, in a sleeveless shirt, start walking up motherfuckers like, hey, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
You don't do that kind of shit because that's just retarded.
It's cringe, dude.
Yes. Yeah, I can't stand somebody that, you know, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at a few things. You know, I think I've got a few things figured out. I think I'm fairly intelligent. But I know I'm not the smartest.
Everybody does.
Or the biggest.
So that means that feeling takes over their whole personality.
Yes.
They don't know how to bottle it up.
They've never been humbled.
Yeah.
They've never been humbled before. You get a big piece of humble pie, that'll change you as a person.
Yeah, for example, twice already this year for me. And I'm just going, God. And then our third already, actually same day, our coach gets stolen by the fucking MLB team, dude. What in the world? See, hey, anybody that has a huge ego out there, just go be a huge fan of the University of Tennessee, dude. It'll be every other week where you're just going, it'll just rip you to shreds.
What is it about? As long as I've been alive, it's only been Tennessee.
Everybody else is fine, dude. Somebody said it on Twitter last night. I liked it. It was hilarious. They were like, dude, nothing like that. It's only Tennessee. Like, it can only happen. Like, anything, like the worst possible outcome that could possibly happen, that's Tennessee. Like, no matter what. Like, it seems like there is like I swear, that's like why all of our games are just neck and neck in any sport. And it's just, we could play with the fucking best of them. But, like, we could play with anybody in the fucking country, you know, because we're Tennessee. But no matter what, we're just going to get that crack across our fucking jaw where it's like, oh, not again.
They choke over something.
Or just the other team makes an insane play. It's just something insane. And it just keeps humbling you over and over and over and over again.
I was telling the woman last night, I said, yeah, he went to that doggone game. And I said, you ought to see these overalls that him and his sister had. I said, this. And she said, are they orange and white checkered? I said, yes. She said, yeah, there's a lady at work that every time they have a big game coming up, she wears them doggone things to work.
Hey, that's one thing you give credit to Tennessee fans for, dude. No matter how many times we get our fucking jaw just spun.
You're still going in just as hyped up on the
next. We got it. We're back, baby.
How many games y'all played this year?
5-2, 7.
Okay. So you've won 5 and lost 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lost to Georgia and Bama, the surrounding states.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Well, if you're going to lose to 2, I guess that's a 2 that should probably lose to.
No. We had them both. We had them. Anyway, we were talking about these fucking, like, for example, that Boomer. God, I hate the way that they act, dude. They literally have that, dude. They still think they're like 25.
Well, you look at the way somebody from that generation was raised. You know, that's mentally, that's probably a grittier man than us. The way they were raised in the situations they had to come up with.
It makes me look at that like Logan Paul, Mike Tyson fight where everybody was like, oh, Mike's a beat. But Mike, I give credit to Mike Tyson, all the credit in the world. But dude, you're 60. You're not going to beat a 25-year-old's ass.
I think that one's a pretty bad example to use as far as Mike Tyson's concerned. That motherfucker. Even though he is as old as he is, did you see him training the way he was training?
Yeah.
That some bitch don't move like any other.
Me or you couldn't beat his ass, but I'm saying a trained 25-year-old, 26-year-old boxer.
I don't think Logan was trained enough. I think that whole thing was rigged. I think Mike just wanted a big check for something, like he just needed some cash, and I'll do it. Fuck it.
But then, what you were saying, grittier generation, raised differently, but now they live in this world that is, full of what we have. I ain't bragging. I ain't saying nothing, but our generation is currently being kicked in the teeth.
In the nuts, literally.
The nuts and the teeth
literally.
At the same time. Like, we're like at the part where it's like weak men create hard times.
Yes. Yes, that's where we are.
And it's about to, and how does that go? It's weak men create hard times.
Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times.
And we're in like I'll give us credit, dude. Me and you, we're trying to just keep it rolling, doing the best we can. Just even lifting weights, going to work every day, trying to do the best we fucking can.
Yeah, and then there's a 12-year-old out there somewhere making Minecraft videos.
Yeah.
That's just the world we live in.
I don't understand why they still have that ego, though, of like, oh, I'm a 60-something-year-old, heavy-set, older dude. I'm going to beat this 26-year-old dude's ass. It doesn't make much sense to me.
I think when they were our age, there was a little bit more of that, I'm going to clock your ass. And we're not ever going to get out of the way we think right now.
And then
we're just going to add on top
I wonder if they, honestly, the way our generation is, there's probably other dudes that's worked on. Because the other dudes are probably going to be like, no. But they probably rarely run into dudes that are just going to, they're like our age, that are just going to be like, how about fuck you, dude?
Well, look at the majority of our generation.
Like the two twinks that were being fucking assholes. I had to tell, go fuck each other, you faggots.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, and you can't use social media as a reference to look at our generation.
This is real life, dude.
Because the only people that are own social media are the people that have their shit together.
And I'm telling you,
the fitness gurus and all these people that are
those two twinks that were probably like 18, 19, like students at fucking Alabama, probably 18, 19, 20 years old. They probably thought I was going to not say shit because there was three of them. I was like, dude, I will literally kill all three of you right now. You each weigh 130 pounds. I don't care that there's three of you.
I don't know what it is, but it's just going downhill. And I feel like it's right there behind us. Like, I think we got by the skin of our nuts.
Have you noticed inflation has not changed and it's getting worse?
Oh, yeah. Even Donald Trump's over there like, groceries are down.
They're not.
Everything's down. No, actually, they're not.
Everything's really still expensive.
Everything's ridiculous right now.
And with this whole, I don't even know if this is changing topics or still kind of on like the same wavelength. It's like, I swear. So we're still giving money to Ukraine. Just gave $40 billion to Argentina. Remember, I sent you that and I went, what is he doing? Like, we're bailing out Argentina.
Didn't we just send money to Venezuela or something?
Just because the president of Argentina is just bending the knee to Donald Trump. So Donald Trump's going to be like, here's $40 billion, right? And then we're still sending money to the whole Ukraine, like the military-industrial complex ain't going to change. Then you get the whole Israel BS stuff still going on. So we're still just giving money away to everybody. And I think, remember, he ran on America first, and like, we're not going to do this. In my opinion, I think Putin was right about it doesn't matter who's in office. There's dudes in black suits that roll in and they say, you're going to do this.
Yep. That is just an unfortunate reality.
I guarantee
nothing's going to change.
That even if a Democrat won, I think the same exact thing would be happening. They would just keep doing that. But all they're doing is putting a red logo or blue logo on it.
It's just behind a different curtain. Yeah. That's all it is.
It's literally like the whole Wizard of Oz thing where it's like,
Yeah.
There's just people back
And
here.
then there's
just
one guy back there controlling the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's just one guy.
Well, no, of course not. Of course not.
But it's definitely there is definitely a cabal of dudes that are like running the whole thing.
I don't know what podcast it was from, but I seen a clip and it was like, okay, so if you had to name the most powerful man in the world, who would you say it is? And the guy sat there for a second. He said, "You're not going to know who that is. Mm-hmm. You're not going to know. They're not going to be public. They're going to be tucked away in the Alps mountains somewhere in a mansion. And people fly out, and he's just wealthy.
In Valhalla.
You know, he's just out, yeah. And they're making the decisions because they own everything. You know, there's I'd say probably a dozen guys or so that have the total rights to everything that's owned, and they make the decisions.
Like how they said BlackRock owns, like, they're like starting to price people out of houses.
Yeah,
like,
well, it's like they're buying up. The house goes for sale. It's like 3-bedroom, 2-bath. They just buy it.
You know the average age that somebody buys the house now?
No.
Is 38.
God almighty.
Like nobody gets their own house and everything till they're 38 nowadays. It's probably like 20-something back then because everything was $0 based on the gold standard.
I looked up and bought my house, I believe, in 2021.
And then they said,
So I was 21 years old.
keeping your money, like, you know, they always said whenever you're young, like, keep a bunch of money in your savings, all that stuff. Now it's like, I heard this one dude talk about it. He was like, you keeping your money in your savings is just, it's every day. It's getting
a little less.
less.
You know, you have to put it into the system if you want it to do anything.
Yeah.
And which, you know, sucks.
And it's like, dude, we literally have all the food in the world.
We have too much food.
We have like everything we need as a society, but
We are an overproducing society
if you break it down to just simple terms,
as far as agriculture is concerned.
in the year 800, these people farmed. They didn't have all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
There
Like,
was no grocery store.
and
you
it's
know?
like now I have to get a credit score to get a house, really.
Yeah.
And we have everything we need.
Yep.
I know it sounds like socialist or communist, whatever. But, dude, why do I have to get a credit score? It's like, dude, I have a job.
I'm not really sure why they implemented that system. I mean, I know it goes back to like if you go and when was it? 1860s, you know, right there, right when New York was starting to modernize. And you
And
had
then
all
they-
these people out here in the West that were still running off of credit. Like, hey, this year's harvest on this was terrible.
And if you got like 20 grand in the bank, you can't walk to the bank and say, hand me my $20,000.
No.
They're going to say, we don't have it. Dude, that is.
I seen the little diagram video of that the other day. The guy's like, if you take $1,000 to the bank, put it in there. Okay, they're going to take 10%. They're going to take 10% of it.
I thought it was 90.
No, they're going to take 10% of it.
So $100
and put it in your account. The other $900, they're going to put in their account
And loan it.
And then those people start paying their money back. You, at the end of the chain, you still only have $1,000. The bank made $100,000.
So technically, they just keep making money just
off of any penny
nothing.
you put in there, they loan it out to somebody else and make double or triple or quadruple what you put in there just by loaning that money out. And it's an endless cycle of debt. I mean, that's all it is. That's why we're trying to get out of it.
Dude, they're never going to figure that out, dude. All I've heard about my whole life, even whenever we were like in high school and stuff, in middle school, it's like, oh, the national debt's at like $17 trillion.
Yeah, and then the world's $280-something trillion in debt. It's like, to who?
I honestly don't even understand how that works. I have no clue.
It's a man-made construct.
It's literally, I'm just looking at it like, dude, that's just crazy, dude.
Yep. Numbers
like-
on a screen determine how well your life can go.
It's like, too bad we just have dollars for that. It's like, what are they going to do? Cut us off? Because everybody needs everybody else. It's like, what does the debt even mean? Because that one dude, Peter Zion, that was on Joe Rogan, he was sitting there talking about, if we cut China off, their whole country collapses in like 2 months. Yeah. Like everybody starves and starts eating each other.
Everybody needs everybody. So it's like, why are we even...
And we're still doing war, dude.
Money.
The military-industrial complex.
It's all for money.
I need to just go start working for like Raytheon.
And then there comes that great classic overused quote through millennia. Money is the root of all evil.
It is.
Now look at the world we live in. Everybody's after money and everybody's evil.
Dude, they just
Not everybody. It's all kind of blown out of proportion because it's like you sit here and you think everybody on this planet
Are we
is
technically responsible for like all these murder? Because they're taking our tax dollars and just using it to kill people.
If you want to look at it from a real in-depth technical standpoint, yeah.
But we basically have no choice. Our government's saying
we don't have a choice.
They're saying you pay us this money so we can go kill people, or we're going to throw you in a fucking cage
We're
like an
going to
animal.
put you in a cage like an animal.
God, dude, I was talking to I don't know who I was talking. I think I was talking to my cousin Courtney about this. I was like, dude, this is the most messed up system in the world. Like, we're going to throw you in a cage like an animal unless you give us money so we can go kill people.
Because you didn't give us this made up thing that's not even backed by gold anymore. It's just paper. And we keep printing it. It's worthless.
And we were talking about the founding fathers, how they would be going. They wouldn't even recognize what America is today.
There's no moral compass as far as the way the government runs the thing now.
If you could bring them back to they would be like, yo, we got to do something.
Well,
about
the whole
this.
thing's flipped. The whole thing's went from being,
And
we
did
don't want to serve in the government.
This is a controversial thing to say too, but is it not written in the Second Amendment where it says, it's like one of the ones underneath it where it says, if your government overreaches and is doing too much, you have the right as an American to overthrow that government.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm pretty sure they amended that part out. It may have been part of the original set, but they probably amended that part out.
I don't even think it says you have a right. It says you have a duty or something. It's like you have a duty if they're overreaching to
Let's read
overthrow
it. Let's read it right here. Let me pull it up.
Because they were kind of,
I only had it memorized for 3 or 4 years, and then I didn't.
and you know, most of the founding fathers were like all our age, around 25 to, I think George Washington was the oldest. He was like just now turning 40. And then you look at his life. He lived on a huge farm, huge piece of land in Virginia, hemp farm, brewery, just chilling. Didn't have to worry about all this stuff that we got to worry about now.
The amendment states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
It literally says creating a militia.
Yeah. Yeah, a well-regulated militia, which is essentially every American gun owner.
Like that. And then if it's basically saying if you live in a city, you need to have a group of dudes where it's like, okay, if anybody oversteps their boundaries, we're going to have to do something about it.
But see, now we live in a society and violence is not the answer.
Yeah. Then dude, literally everybody gets in trouble for that.
Yeah, how can our school system be so, like, because I mean, that's where it comes from. They're all
The
like,
Rockefeller school system?
Yeah. The violence is not the answer. But what does our country make the most money on? Fucking violence.
And murder.
Fucking violence. That's,
Military industrial. That's basically all we do now to make our money is.
We are literally here to burn and rebuild and burn it again because it makes them money.
It's like Raytheon and Texas Instruments will go do the demolition. And then BlackRock, which got the contract for Ukraine to rebuild it, is going to.
And they're looking at Gaza.
Yeah. What did he say? He was like, oh, it could be the most beautiful piece of land once it's finally rebuilt.
Well, they're trying to turn the planet into a big resort.
Have you seen those videos of those children just getting murdered by the IDF?
Yeah.
On Twitter. Like, they literally just have no remorse.
It makes my heart hurt.
Yeah. And
that kind of stuff.
There's like kids with like their arms blown off.
Evil.
All that stuff.
That is just wrong. Evil.
Pure evil.
Evil.
There was a dude with Down syndrome in the trenches in Ukraine. They were literally just throwing bodies at it at this point.
Well, they're pulling 70, 80-year-old men now.
Have you seen them pull up to people and with vans and dudes with the black mask on will literally get out
just
and
grab you and leave your wife and kids stand on the side of the road and just take you.
And then the wife's just breaking down like, what?
Yeah.
You just took my hut.
They are decimating their population. Both of them. I mean, both of them are decimating their population.
All for the military industrial complex.
All
to
because
just make
somebody,
a shit ton of money.
Yeah. They wanted a lot of spark so they could provide weapons.
Why don't a world leader say it? I think Eisenhower was the last dude to say it, like out loud. Wasn't he?
Because now they know if I say something, I have to run for the rest of my life because the men in black suits are chasing me.
That was the whole Charlie Kirk thing. Did you see all the texts that he released, that Candace Owens got and released, where he was like, I literally, he was literally texting with like somebody, and he was like, dude, I can't do this whole like defending Israel thing anymore. Like, it's too much on my heart to do this. Like, he was talking, he was about to turn on him and be like, dude, we got to stop this. Next thing you know, his neck blows up.
There was a video about that I wanted to show you. And it involved, it involved a lot of symbolism.
Oh, yeah, the 33s, the 666 days after he died, or after his podcast got started.
Yeah, like all of like 33 days, 66 something after that, and it was like it went back to a movie.
Oh, and Cash Patel was sitting there going like, we caught him in less than 36 hours. Matter of fact, 33 hours. God.
Yeah.
And then you get the whole that other shooting that happened where that NFL player in New York was like trying to find like the NFL office or whatever. He ended up on the 33rd floor of the building and shot a lady that was working for BlackRock. And I was like, so BlackRock's on the 33rd floor of a gigantic building. Okay, that doesn't make much. Okay, that it's starting to make a lot of sense to me.
It's just like, wow, the symbolism. Wow,
because they're technically saying,
you know, now we start getting into the woo-woo stuff. It's like,
because they're technically saying like they have that thing like in their satanic religion where it's like, we have to tell you, and as long as you don't say anything about it, it's okay.
And do you think that the number 33 is a spit in the face to Jesus?
Possibility.
They use it for everything, and it's all evil because it's
and like
the age that he was when he died,
and like the whole 666 stuff, and then it's basically just the whole satanic cult.
It's like they're playing out the Bible right in front of us.
That one thing that Spud said on War Mode, where he was like, there was a part in Revelations where it was like, you cannot buy or sell without the mark of the beast. And I was like, it made me start thinking about Neuralink and the social credit score. And it's like, you have to have this thing either in your hand or was it? Either in your hand or like in your head.
Left hand or on your forehead. So
Neuralink, or they could just put a chip in your hand where it's like, you use this as like your digital currency is going to be in you.
Mm-hmm. It won't be like an RFID chip.
And if you don't have it, you are basically ostracized from society at that point. And that's what that whole Peter Thiel and Palantir.
Yeah.
That freaks me out, dude. Where they are literally giving, or Trump's giving him money to his company Palantir to basically do a full-on, we know exact, like all your stuff's tapped, we're always going to be watching you, and like all that stuff.
Hell, they already are.
Yeah.
They're just finally coming out and saying it.
And now they're at a point to where they're saying it and they literally don't care.
Yeah, because all of this is taking place behind closed doors for the longest time. Like, oh, hey, here's this technology that we can use, but let's not tell anybody about it until we get it really good.
Until Edward Snowden just goes. And it, look, the first dude to blow the whistle on it had him and Julian Assange, like Edward Snowden and Julian Assange, the only two people to, like the first two people to say anything about it, about like what they're actually doing, like the NSA is actually watching all American citizens. They had to go to a different country and live like in isolation for the rest of their life because they want to get, because our government's like, you not,
son of a bitch, why'd you say something?
Yeah, it's like, we're gonna try to kill you now after you said anything.
Yeah, well, when you're in control of the most well-armed nation on the planet, and you're doing stuff that the founding document says
you can't do.
Don't do this. You don't want your powder keg to have a spark thrown into it, so you try to keep that stuff under wraps, and that's what they're really good at: secrecy.
And what's the amendment where it's like you can't have troops quartered in your residence, right?
I don't remember what number that is, but yeah, that was something going back to like the British being here. They could just come into your home and you had to make them supper and provide them lodging, provide them quarters and all that. And that you can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. And I mean, I've never heard of something like that going on in the modern world.
Well, like you think of people like where, have you ever watched those videos where somebody will answer the door and it's the cops? and the dude just tries to shut the door back, but the cop will put his foot in between the door and the thing so you can't. I'm like, that's technically against the Constitution, is it not?
I don't know. I think they would have to physically enter. They have to physically enter. Forceful entry, you know?
And they got to get a warrant for that stuff.
Because they always have to ask to come in if they don't have a warrant, obviously. And I don't understand the warrant system either. It's like you think a guy's doing something and you can convince a judge.
And the whole dog
he's
thing where they run it around your car, and it's like, oh, we have probable cause.
With probable cause.
That is anti-Constitution, dude.
Some of it is bad cops, I would assume, in that particular
And they
aspect.
just like want something to...
They just
put you in
want
jail
something to
for.
pin you on. They might even have a fucking quota where they have to write a certain amount of citations, and they just need to make sure.
I've always had good relationships with cops, but they can push their boundaries. Mm-hmm. Like that cop, for example, last night that Karen went and got on me at the game. I was just sitting there. If you just hit him with "Yes, sir,"
Yeah.
I'll say whatever I want to. I was like,
Yeah, if you just level with them, because hell, look at the job. Number one,
yeah,
they're a freaking cop. You don't know what you're going to get involved with, so you're always just 8,000 RPMs. And then if you can walk up to a car and the guy's like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" Like, yeah, I was, you know why I pulled you over? No, well, you were doing this. Okay, if you just chill, it's fine. And then of course, one bad seed, you're gonna
Can just
mold.
alienate
You'll mold
everything.
the whole package, and it's like everybody's like, "Oh,"
and then you look at those cities now that have like where the cops just don't even. Number one, they don't even have enough because if you go work in like those like Democrat cities like San Francisco and where the cops basically don't even want to work for them because it's like we can't do anything.
They're literally just there for a paycheck because they've been told don't do anything about it. You know, there's 37,000 homeless people we got living over
and
here.
then they get in
tents?
trouble
don't do
for
anything.
trying to even do something.
Let all the illegal drugs in. We'll give them clean needles, and the cops are like,
Which is why those cities are just collapsing. I wonder if a lot of those people are just moving here now.
I seen a video of this guy riding his bike through Los Angeles the other day, and it looked like something out of a dystopian GTA game.
And I'll be dead on with like a million tents on the side of the road.
Tents and people, bent on the side of the street, needles everywhere. I was like, God bless.
I hate to brag, but dude, honestly, the South has just held it down where it's like we're not doing that BS.
Isn't it crazy?
Literally the whole South, like even major metropolitan areas, like for example, like Atlanta and stuff like that. It's like they still hold it down. Like,
Even Chattanooga, as bad as it is sometimes,
it's usually only in little spots, and there's not that many. There's not thousands.
very localized. It's very isolated. Like there's this part of Chattanooga. You don't want to be there at night.
It's like that's where we keep them all. So don't go there.
yeah, that's where they are. Just don't go there. And it's like, okay. And the rest of it's fine. And Chattanooga's fairly clean, It smells like shit every Monday morning because the city just fires back to life. Everybody's been gone, and everything just stinks. I can't stand being in Chattanooga on a Monday morning. But, we've held it down. Like, hell, even here. Mm-hmm. I'm just now getting kind of used to seeing people walking on the sidewalks in town.
Yeah.
That hasn't been a thing. We didn't even have sidewalks. It was road only. We didn't have sidewalks. Mm-hmm. Now we have sidewalks. And it's like, now there's people walking on the side and people jogging. Like in town. It's like, ew.
Yeah.
What is this? But
We're
that's
gonna
how
gentrify
small.
it.
That's how small everything has been for years down here. Mm-hmm. And then now everything's starting to grow a little bit, and they're starting to bring a little bit more of this city life in. It's like, because this doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. It's like a cancer. I mean, hell, they're building freaking thousands of bedrooms less than a mile that way. Mm-hmm. Townhomes, apartments, houses. Somebody come in and bought hundreds of acres in right here.
They're gonna have to build another school then. Where are they all gonna go to school?
I don't know.
Because I was just thinking about that in Ottawa. Bobby was bringing that up to me. He was like, dude, they're putting like 4,000 or 5,000 houses all over Ottawa.
All over the place.
And he was asking me, he was sitting there going, he was like, where are all these kids going to go to school? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, y'all are going to build probably 2 more.
And one big plot. Now, listen, this is in no way meant to be racist. Mm-hmm. How many of these kids are going to be able to speak English and get in? Because that's becoming a prevalent
You see what they
theme around here is a lot of immigrants are coming to this area.
You seen what they did at TVFCU? I went and got 200 out because I was going to Tuscaloosa. and it's never done this. You put your card in, at the ATM. It asked English or Espanol, and I seen that, and I went, oh.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
See, that hasn't been here all my life. That hasn't been a thing, and now it is. And it's like, okay, so that's a confirming factor.
And I know you're, but honestly.
And I mean, hell, go pick up a trade job anywhere in this area and go to a construction site.
They work.
I love them.
I can't say nothing, dude.
I have always, and I always don't know which word to say. It's like, do I call you Latin American? Do I call you Mexican? What do I call you? What do you want to be called? Because it's like, okay, I've got just enough of an understanding of what PC is supposed to be.
Dude, the lads come here and they'll work like 6-7 days a week, just hammering every day.
And it's like, I have utmost respect. Providing for your family, you're working your ass off far more than I want to. So it's, man, all the power to you. But it's, if you're going to come to a country, still say your country's better and not take the effort to learn the language of this country.
Yeah, it's pretty rude.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to go traveling to another country without at least knowing the language, which is kind of why I don't travel. It's because, God, I got to learn a language if I want to go anywhere. Because I don't want to go and be some dumbass, just some tourist. I would actually like to understand. Because that's just who I am.
I heard this on a podcast the other day. It's starting to flip where they honestly don't mind Americans in other countries now. They hate the Chinese in other countries because they're starting to take over. Like, oh, the Americans are coming. Yeah. They're like, the Chinese are starting to be the ones where it's like, dude, these motherfuckers are assholes, dude. What the fuck?
Well, look at the freaking shithole they're coming from.
Dude, that was always like India and China. That always has blown my mind how there's just videos coming from those places where people will literally just pull their pants down, shit in the street, and just keep rolling.
Oh, hell, you got that picture the other day. That guy crouched on the railroad track just taking a shit. Yeah. Did I send that to you? This guy's just sitting there on like an iPod with earbuds in, and he's just taking a shit right there on the railroad track.
Did we already talk about this one time, or was it a podcast I heard where it was like in India, there was like so many people that were dead and gone in this like one area because there was shit everywhere.
Oh, kids.
They sent in pigs, to like clean it up and like eat everything, and the pigs died because it was just so nasty and disgusting. And I was like, dude, pigs can eat anything.
Pigs can eat us.
Yeah.
Entrails and all.
They went in there, were eating like the rotted away corpses in India and like the shit that was everywhere and all that stuff. And even the pigs died, dude.
Damn.
So that means that stuff must have been
rancid.
You need to go in there with like a CDC suit on.
Yeah. Yeah. You need everything. Oxygen tank. Make sure you don't get duct tape your sleeve. You got to go in there like you're going into radiation. Mm-hmm. Seal yourself off.
Oh, I seen this box at work the other day that freaked me out. I was walking down because we started taking all the express stuff now. It was like in the express cage or whatever over there, and it just had the radioactive thing on it, and I went, "What in the world are we delivering, dude?"
Oh, anything like that. Like,
I wonder what it is though.
What are those?
Like radon or something? There's no way it could be plutonium or uranium.
It could be no. It could be something as simple as a box of like vintage plates.
And you got to have like a thing on the side of your truck that says radioactive material is on this truck, right? Like you have to have like a whole extra.
I think if it's above a certain limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, hell, ceramic, like a toilet, they're radioactive. And like old plates, like you've seen those old like ceramic plates that are like bright fucking orange.
Yeah.
The way they got that bright fucking orange color was from a radioactive rock.
Another one is, have you seen those people that like do you know there's like old glass or whatever like your grandma has at like her house, and you can shine I don't know what light it is through it. It's like a blue light, and then however much like green that shows up with the blue light, you're like, oh, this has a bunch of that radioactive stuff in it.
Fuck yeah. No thanks. But I don't think it's enough to hurt you. Hell, every time you run the microwave, you get exposed to radiation. So
honestly, the human body's pretty resilient. And there's no telling what like all these Wi-Fi signals and radio signals are doing.
I think about that shit so much.
Where it's like, right now, there's, and you could technically see those, right? If you had the vision to see them. Like, because we can only see like this much, right?
Yeah.
And you're technically, like with the right camera, like the James Webb Space Telescope, like that's taking pictures in like
ultraviolet. If we had the right
ultraviolet.
sensor somewhere in our eye,
You could see it.
we could probably see it.
Like all the radio waves and the Wi-Fi signals going, just because like the waves are like
that one's
so
been
thin.
bouncing off of me a little bit lately. I seen a video where this guy was like, "Look, you really want to get some good sleep? Unplug your fucking router before you go to bed." And I was like,
That's what that one dude on
"Why are
Warmo
you
was
yelling
saying.
at me?" And he was like, "This stuff is constantly in there, just twinging things, just whoop 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 whoop, and your brain's just you're constantly having
painter-
something pass through your head."
This painter I know was like, if you go into these rich neighborhoods, like I'm talking rich neighborhoods, these people get that paint. It's like
Tinfoil hats make sense.
yeah, and they get this paint that they paint on their walls. It's like it like won't let signals through or whatever.
Yes, essentially creating a Faraday cage.
Yeah.
But now they've got to paint. That's probably not good. That's probably got heavy metals in it.
And did you see that dude on Joe Rogan that was wearing the copper jacket?
No.
He was
I don't ever watch the video. I always just play the audio.
I just seen the clip on Twitter where the dude had a copper jacket. It was like lined with copper. It was probably like 10-pound jacket though. But he was wearing it on there and he gave it to Jay and he's like, you put your phone in your pocket, nothing gets out. It's basically a Faraday cage jacket.
Damn.
Just because it's lined with copper all the way through.
Copper, yeah. Huh. Yeah, because I know you can put your phone in a freaking chip bag.
Oh,
Like a bag of Doritos.
the aluminum foil, it won't do anything?
You can't. It kills the service.
Oh, because it's just bouncing off.
Yeah.
Just
So
it
if you
can't
ever
get
want to
out.
like spook your FBI agent out, put your phone in a Doritos bag and drive 20 miles and then take it out. Your phone goes.
Spook your FBI agent by just leaving your phone at home and just leaving your house. Yeah. That reminds me of like back in the day.
And hope you don't have OnStar on your car.
Before cell phones, technically, I was young, probably like 6 or 7, but like we would go to visit my grandparents or something, and like they would just leave a note like, "Hey, we're not home right now," like
Yeah.
on a piece of paper, like, "Hey, we're not home right now." Back whenever it was home phones and stuff.
Home phones only. You were already gone.
And you
Tried
would leave
to call
a
you,
note.
hey, we got to go get something from the grocery store. Fuck, they've already left. We'll just leave them a note.
Yeah.
And then you've got a key to the house and you come in. Oh, okay. We'll just hang out till they get back.
And now it's like
15 phone calls later, they're calling you. Hey, we're at the gas station. Hey, we're at the dollar store. Hey, we're at this.
nobody even. I seen this one thing. It's like our generation. It's like you pull up to somebody's house, you won't even get out of your car and like go knock on the door and be like, "Hey, I'm here." You'll text them on the phone and be like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm
here."
sitting in my car outside."
Because you know that other person's probably sitting in there looking at their phone. You can't get me with that, though, because I'll lay that fucker down. I won't pick it up for 2 days.
I don't do that shit either. I fucking hell. Even here now, I just straight up just get out of the car and just go, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah.
But that's another thing in our generation is people are so insecure. And I think it has something to do with like the insecurity and like scared of social interaction in our generation, where it's like we don't want to.
Well, that's like the primary consequence of these fucking things.
It's like
is it's meant to make you feel like you're still talking to the person, but so much of our mind relies on eyes, paying
Yeah.
attention to facial features, paying attention to the way the person's
they said that
reacting,
messed
body
up
language.
kids during COVID.
Oh yeah, are
Because
you kidding?
didn't they say like 90% of how you learn how to speak is watching people's
mouth
lips,
movement
which is why it messed up a bunch of kids.
messes
during
up on how
COVID.
you can interpret on how someone feels because you're only going to get a certain amount of information from their eyes.
And do you remember back whenever COVID first started, and you would try to talk to somebody with a mask on, and it would be I would have to be like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
you'd be like, "What?"
Yeah, because you may be looking them in the eyes, but peripheral, right below, you're paying attention to
All
their
you're
mouth.
seeing is a
Yeah, all you see is eyes and a noise coming to you. It's, what? You're saying something?
and they could be like right here.
Yeah.
I hated that so much. I can't believe they done that, dude. What in the world? Hey, we can't forget that for real happened, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody just wants to move on. That was insane. I don't care what anybody
I
says.
seen this doggone
to
thing.
the end of time, Jesse.
Seen a meme that was perfect.
To the end of time, to the day I die, I will never forget what they did, dude. I'm gonna be like, dude, that was crazy.
I seen a meme that was perfect, and it had like a painting mask.
I got a meme here
like
that just says it all.
Yeah, I'm out mowing the yard mask, and it's like radiation, and then gas, and it's all these different masks, and it says the world's most deadly virus, and it's just that little blue piece of shit.
And I wonder if it has to do like our generation now that's like scared to talk to people and like scared to have social interaction like in real life.
Yeah.
That's gonna make everything so.
Well, it's a continuous cycle because they're going to raise their kids that way if they have kids, because that's another big one is nobody's having kids anymore. Our age, people our age. Nobody's having kids anymore.
And like we were just saying earlier, it almost lines up with the fact of like nobody's buying a house now until they're 38. Like the average age is buying a house at 38. That means, and they're trying to put look, I love women. They try to put them in the workforce and they're like, you don't need no man. You can go work your way up. You don't need to have no kids. Nothing like that. Just
rely only on your immediate pleasures.
You're a boss, bitch.
Discard your morals and live for a company.
And they have an hourglass, basically, of it, and it's always constantly shredding over and over again. And eventually,
well, we do too.
Have you heard those women that are like corporate beasts, and then they talk about it whenever they're like 40 or 50 something, and they're like, the one thing I regret is
not having a family.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just them alone with their cats.
I've heard now that there are women that are, corporate beasts out there making fucking bank.
And they just drop it?
Freezing their eggs.
Oh, my God.
They'll turn like 30 and freeze their eggs because that's the last, chance you guys like 30 to 40.
That reminds me of like that meme about the meat obelisk where it's like this creation of this is
this
not
unholy creation.
You're not supposed to be able to freeze your fucking eggs, dude.
Yeah, and now I've seen a few women say that, oh yeah, I had my eggs frozen. Now we finally decided to have children, and
one day
you're 45 years old.
They could probably do this shit now. They're going to make an artificial womb with your frozen eggs, and the woman doesn't even have to get pregnant. It's just going to get grown in basically a test tube.
You can already do that. It's incubation. You just fertilize it and incubate it. It'll freaking grow. Now, the nutrient thing, I don't know, because obviously that requires a lot of nutrients.
That seems pretty demonic to me, dude.
But, a lab baby, I don't know. I really don't know how you would do that because there's such a...
They definitely could clone people, too.
Physical, yeah, I'm almost 100%.
Because they have those really expensive services now where it's like, oh, you lost your dog, we can clone it, but it's going to cost like $15,000. If they can clone a dog or a sheep, wouldn't Dolly the sheep that they cloned back in like the 60s?
All you need is a little bit of DNA. Well, now they can do it even better because now they can mess with the gene sequence.
They cloned a sheep in the 60s.
They made dire wolves.
And Jones was talking about, this was peak Jones, like back then, where he was talking about these spiders that had like armor on their skin because they were splicing the DNA. Back in like the early 2000s, they were already able to splice DNA and like enhance.
If the reproductive stuff will work together, you can probably play with a lot of that DNA and make a freaking abomination.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind. I know nothing about it.
Remember that old Russian video? It was the dude with the chicken egg, and he was getting
the homunculus.
And he was getting his
homunculus.
He was getting his seed and like putting it into there.
And it grew into that like white, about as big as that bottle. And it was like white. And he would like drop stuff in it, like a fish.
That was like a creepypasta type deal. And I was like, I remember being younger and being like, is that right? Now I'm like, no, that didn't happen. But I just don't know.
It was years later. I had believed that as fact for years. There was this white thing that had a little pink tongue in there. And he would drop a goldfish in it. And it would electrify the water and kill the fish. And I was like, what is that?
There was another one recently.
It was just a made up little thing.
There was another one recently, another creepypasta like that recently.
Yeah.
I was floating through Twitter. This dude had he said he claims he found it from a meteor that fell that fell out of the sky, and he went and found it. He put it in a safe, and he keeps opening the safe. It's like this black blob. And it looks real as that, because these AI videos are getting
getting dangerous.
Good.
They're getting dangerous.
But that had to just be another. Dude, the aliens for real. Why? Here's another one. Everything's going to shit, and they keep trying to hit us with that spaceship that's like coming to Earth. And I've noticed nobody gives a shit, dude. Have you heard about it?
It's an asteroid.
It's called like Atlas A1 or something.
It's an asteroid.
And they're like, oh, guys.
They say in the defense of it's a spaceship, they say, there shouldn't be anything that fucking big floating around out there.
There are no coincidences, too.
And I'd sit here and go, wait a minute. We're on a planet that is how much bigger than that fucking thing? And you're saying that it's not possible that somewhere out there, two planets may have...
And that piece just
and
been
it's
floating.
Just a chunk of like an innard of a planet. Just
from like probably just... it's just been floating out there for like fucking.
And they say,
2 million years.
Its trajectory keeps changing, and it's flying in a straight line, and it hasn't turned or spun or done it. It's not like free floating. It's on a directional path. And I'm like,
can these people, like these scientists that think they know anything, like Neil deGrasse, can they not preface everything they say before they say it? Like, look, we know a lot, but we have no clue what is going on. Why do they keep acting? Why do they stand on it like they know what's going on?
Well, that's in every field of science, even something down as simple as geology or archaeology or define. If somebody
they have
writes
beefs
a theory,
in archaeology,
big ones,
and it's like I know.
It's like I'm right, and they don't want to be proved wrong.
If there was just a regular dude out there, one of them that just came out and was like, "Look, I'm a retarded. I have no clue. To be honest, we don't know anything, but this is the best answer I can give you." I believe those people more than.
And if there's evidence that contradicts this, bring it to me because I need that.
That's how it's supposed to work, though.
It's like, supposed to.
You're supposed to change your mind with the new information.
It's supposed to work that way, but there's so many people in this world that are, maybe they're prominent in their field or whatever, that are so closed off.
And that's why politics is the way it is because people just stand on one side and stand on the other side.
They're not open-minded at all.
And they won't change as the new information comes out.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're not even supposed to be a part of either one of these groups. You're supposed to, in my opinion, as an American, get the information, decipher whether you think it's true or not, and make a new, just, because all there is change.
That's all it is.
All there is.
All it is.
And you have to just, it seems, and that's what we do is adapt. So you're supposed to keep
take your life, for example. You started out, of course, when you're a kid, doesn't really matter, but starting at, say, 13, 14, you're pretty closed off. You're not open-minded at all.
Mm-hmm. And anything you believe, you're like, I'm all in.
Now here we are. I got my beliefs, but as far as anything, what's going on?
It's like, it reminds me of like
anybody could be right.
Like people could, like people's lives get turned upside down like that with like one thing that can happen. So it's like, if that can happen, you need to keep changing your mind with the new information.
Grow with it because it's not going to stop. You pick one thing and you're just going to ride that line. Eventually, the line's going to end.
And the goalposts are always moving.
Mm-hmm. It's closed-minded, living in their bubbles. I don't even know what we're talking. What fucking topic are we on right now?
Yes.
I have to pee.
Everything is the topic.
Everything is the topic. Everything, anything and everything all at once. Pause. Back again, successful pee break.
And that's probably what they were talking about with like wisdom and like old people, where it's like, once you get that age, like how you talk to some old people and they're just like, I don't give a shit if I could fucking die tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you truly believe that they don't give a shit that they could die tomorrow. I wonder if you get to that certain age and you're just like,
there is a grandma in my family.
She's sick. Just over it.
She got sick. And she was sitting there like blowing into a tissue. And I said, so how are you? And she said, I got to go to a doctor's appointment today. They're going to look at my heart. And she just turned and looked over at me and said, I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
I don't want them to just take me out. And I just, God dang.
I wonder.
Is that how we're going to get, man?
I think so. Because, dude.
Well, you go through life and you go all through all these ups
hurts
and downs and there's pains and there's struggles and all this shit.
And before we just started, I was like, whenever you were younger, shit hurt way more. Like it slammed you.
You get a middle school breakup? Are you kidding?
Dude, I've cried over those. Where you go home and you're like
go home and write a book to, go home and write a note to them. And just, why did you do it? Crying all. Yeah. And then now it's like, really?
Now it's just going, I literally just can't put any more energy
I do
to that.
think that it is a beneficial thing to do. It's a beneficial lesson to learn when you're younger. Things are going to happen.
And I think it's more and more shit, like you were just saying, like you have to go through trials, tribulations, just absolute heartbreak. I mean, just bad shit all the time. And at one point, like now, I think just because we're about 26, over 25, I'm wondering, My brain, I've noticed a shift since last year and it's getting more and more where like my brain is starting to be like, dude,
I'm starting to wonder when it's going to stop.
And it's starting to go just snap and clear, dude. Just, there's nothing you can do.
Yep.
Do the best you fucking can. Go. It is what it is. It's all you can do.
Yeah. And
like it
I'm
don't
not
hurt.
Say that it's necessarily callousing your heart, because even after something bad happens and like, oh man, you feel them freaking heart. And then it's like, all right, you're still the same person. You still care, you still love, you still know how to do all that stuff. But now your mind knows how to balance how much your emotions get to play into everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, you're just smarter about everything. I'm not going to let this get to me because it's going to distract me for a while. And I'm going to be in a rut for a while. If I let it, and I'm going to hate myself while I'm doing that. So there's nothing I can do to fix it. It happened. It's done. It's over.
And like the older you get, the more you're just like...
The quicker you can come to terms with it.
And flip that, literally like snap and clear.
And if it requires a solution, the faster you can snap to it and start working on the solution.
And you stop worrying about the stuff that like you can't control.
The little shit. Yeah.
Where it's like...
Oh, yeah. If it's...
Nowadays...
we're starting to get into some Marcus Aurelius shit
And nowadays it's like, for example, like if I'm talking to like some chick, all of a sudden I get ghosted. I'm literally... Back then I'd be like, what in the world is going on? Nowadays I'm like, dude, go.
Yeah.
It's over. Just go to the next one. It'll be fine.
You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength.
Yeah. And I wonder if a lot of this has to do with like being younger, thinking that you could change things that cannot be changed.
Yeah.
And just come to terms with it now and just being like, dude, because I wonder if it's that part of your brain where it's like you go like you try to solve a problem. And if you, in your brain, whenever you were like for example, if I was younger, if I couldn't find a solution, I would just keep going over, and it hurt. Nowadays, it's like I have no solution for this, and there's nothing I can do. Might as well just.
What's the most simple solution that benefits everybody involved or anything involved? What's the most simple thing I can do to just make that disappear? Because why drag it out?
Yeah,
why drag it out? It's not gonna make any sense because you're just gonna sit there and stew over it, whatever it is.
And see, I wonder if that's what, like, why people get depressed or like get anxious, because they sit there. Ain't depression the one where it's like you're thinking too much about the past?
Yeah. Anxiety is too much about the future.
When what is it? A lot of those like Marcus Aurelius like stoic stuff where it's like you just need to live in the moment right now.
Yeah.
Like do the best you can right now. That's all you can do.
Basically. Yeah, the first ones that it brought up are some of the best ones that he's got. You have power over your mind, not outside events. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make
We just said that earlier, dude. We might be philosophers.
It's all in how you perceive it. You're in control.
Yeah.
External things are not the problem. It's your assessment of them, which you can
read that other one where it's like you create your own reality, basically.
It's all in how you perceive it. You're in control.
Yes, dude. That has hit me hard without even hearing that quote recently, where it's like, dude, if you really think about it, other people could have, like how people talk about stuff like something you may have did and like they're talking shit and they're like, oh, whatever. But it's like, dude, literally in your own head, you could just create your own reality about what you actually think about the situation and literally not care.
Yeah.
And like, that's like that David,
all emotion out of it.
That's like that David Icke quote where it's like the worst prison you could put yourself in is the
one you built yourself.
Is the prison of what other people think about you.
That clicks with me really well.
That's a good one.
That clicks with me really well because I fought for years to dig myself out of that hole. Years.
Yeah, where it's like you want everybody
to think I was the best and I was doing and I was good and I was doing everything. Everybody could, rely, and I wanted everybody to be happy with me. I didn't want anybody to be mad at me. I didn't want anybody to be upset with me. And I put so much effort into that.
And then you start noticing too, if you just keep doing whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want, people will hate you for it. And they're like, you don't care what I think about what you're doing? It's like, no, I don't. I'm doing what I want. It's my life.
That was a huge click for me when I finally realized, there it is. I dug deep enough and found it and went,
I'm just going to start doing whatever the fuck I want.
Just going to be me.
And if you don't like it, that's your fucking problem. It ain't mine.
I'm going to be me. I'll help you. I'll respect you just as much. I respect everybody I come in contact with.
At the end of the day, it's you and your family. That's it.
That's
everybody
the
else
part.
can literally shove it up their ass.
Respect until disrespected. I believe in that strongly. Respect until disrespected. Everybody I meet, I'm going to be just as nice as I can because it makes my life easier. It makes my life easier.
Yeah, and it makes everything peaceful and roll smooth.
Everybody's good.
Basically, me and you're just trying to make everything roll smooth.
Just roll smoothly. Because I don't want hiccups. I don't want speed bumps. I don't. I'm trying to make this as smooth as possible, and it's working. Now I have a lot more time to sit here and think about shit, and it's like, oh fuck, this is not gonna stop.
I remember being in high school, man. I hated it. I wish I could have met my older self whenever you remember being in middle school?
If I could go back to high school right now and with this mentality, oh my God.
In middle school, and not even that, just go tell my younger self, hey, the worst prison you can put yourself in is the prison of what everybody in here thinks about you, dude. Mm-hmm. You're going to realize that high school, middle school, it's bullshit, dude. These people are a bunch of losers just like you, dude. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to be the cool guy, whatever.
If
you basically just need to
found it out sooner.
Why does it take so much time to realize all this stuff?
I think it's just part of the process.
What the hell?
If you're going to do it right, and I don't want to draw a hard line on right and wrong on how to live your life.
But then,
because then we start getting into muddy waters.
We start learning this stuff. I don't think our parents knew about stuff like this to teach us. Because I've always no shade at my parents, but it's like they've always had a make sure you're good, make sure everything. But they raised us to be like, don't give a shit, you're good to go, right? But then low key, you always had that feeling about my parents. I don't know how yours were, where there's just make sure you got a good reputation, all that shit.
Image,
yeah, a good image.
But
then they raised us to be like, fuck them, dude. Don't give it. It's
what I think they've managed to do is raise us to where our public image is good. It's okay. Public. But within the family, you're known to kind of be buck wild. But you're smart enough to know there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for anything. Doesn't matter if you're acting like a hooligan. Doesn't matter if you're defending yourself. If you're attacking somebody. Any of it. There's a time and a place.
And a lot of it has to do with drama between other people. And you're just like, dude, why? How do I even get dragged into something like this?
Mm-hmm. So that's one thing I like about having this type of family that I do now.
No drama.
There's no drama. Everybody else, everybody, my external family and all, we've all just kind of pulled out, and we're just going to do our own things. And if our paths cross, hey, how you been?
Whenever we just about got home last night too, and you remember I was telling them, or they were trying to tell me, you were such a fucking asshole, all that shit. It was all my fault, right?
You were threatened, and there was a time and a place.
And then I was, right before we got home, they went dead silent after I told them that David Icke quote. I was like, dude, guys, the worst prison you could put yourself in is what other people think about you. Because they were trying to say, you don't get it. They were trying to tell me I don't get it. And to be honest, I'm the one that gets it. Because I'm sitting here going, I don't give a fuck about any of these people, dude. I'm going to be me. And that's just who the fuck I am, dude. Because they were sitting there worried about the image. He looks like a fucking asshole. We're with him, all that
causing
shit.
A scene.
And I'm sitting here just going, I told him, I was like, dude, the worst prison y'all can put yourself in is what other people think about you. We're never going to see those people again. I don't give a shit if we do see those people again because I don't give a fuck about them. I was like, I love y'all and I love my family and I'm going to keep doing whatever the fuck I want to.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to, like you said, I'm not going to be fucking disrespected. I don't care.
Now, see, that's a pretty deep baseline right there. That's where it's at.
And they were trying to tell me, you don't get it. It's like, dude, I'm not going to get disrespected, to my face. That's not how it's going to roll with me, at least.
That's not me. That's not who I am. And if I'm just going to be me.
And it's like, they were trying to say, I don't get it, basically trying to morph my mentality, which is impossible, basically, at this point, to be like, basically saying, be softer. Mm-hmm. Take the disrespect on the cheek and move on. It's like, no.
Yeah. Don't be cringy. Don't be cringy and make a scene.
It's like, dude, sometimes you just gotta fucking lay down the law, dude.
Sometimes it's like bark back.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times you only get barked at by people that have never been barked at before. And if you bark at them,
if you bark back, dude, they will. Dude, it's insane what happens.
Mm-hmm. And if you can keep that within reason, obviously,
yeah.
You don't just go around and start barking at people.
Yeah.
But if you get barked at and you bark back, most of those people go,
I would say 98% of
he
people
might
are like,
be a normal person. Let me not. I'm sorry. Let me take a step back. I thought you were just.
Have you ever talked to people too, like especially whenever you first meet them? Talk to them like a straight up grown ass person, like, "Hey, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you?" Like if you talk to them man to man, person to person, or man to woman, person to person, it's like you start seeing how people treat other people, or like whenever they meet somebody new, you can hear it in their voice where it's a fake. I'm putting on
and they grin real big.
I'm putting on a
show.
I'm putting on a face.
mask.
It's like, but if you, I can see that in other people if they're talking to me like where I'm like, afterwards I'm like, what was that?
And those are the type of people that'll turn around and say, get a load of that guy, and they'll walk off.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's weird.
What is it? What causes that? Is it just people, or is it a consequence of the world we live in?
They're too worried about what other people think about them, I think. They want to be the one that's always like, and then put everybody else down. Got a lot of that in this
And
society.
would you think that that's probably because most people are not happy with themselves? Because it is proven that if you're not happy with yourself, you want to degrade everybody else to make them feel the same way you do.
Try to keep them on your level.
Keep them on your level. And that's why people, when you start growing and you start actually getting good at something, doing better than them, they start saying, man, why are you doing, like, why? Like, I don't think
and
you
they
need to be doing.
talking shit about
Start talking
you.
shit. Like, I can't believe you're doing that. That's dumb. Stop. That's cringy. Stop doing that. And it's like, what?
And it's that other Stoic quote by, or really like a speech by Teddy Roosevelt, where it's like, if you're the man in the arena, nobody can talk about you, basically. It's like, dude, if you're actually in there doing it, all the noise from the outside means nothing because you're actually in the arena. You're the one in the arena doing what you need to do and doing your best. All that outside noise should mean nothing.
Yep. Now put yourself in the helmet of that football guy he was watching last night. He don't give a fuck what y'all think. He's just out there playing the game. Yeah. Because those athletes are locked the fuck in out there. There's a few dumb ones, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, I struggle sometimes with looking at it from, like, are people the way that they are these days because of the world we live in?
It's a factor of a bunch of stuff, and like society definitely too, where it's social media's changed shit a bunch.
Social media, I'm under the impression
me
that
and
it's
you
a
got
cancer,
rid of ours a long time ago.
Yeah, the only thing I have is Snapchat.
Yeah, and that's basically for.
I mean, I've got YouTube if you would.
But that's not. I'm talking about people like shit like Facebook and Instagram, where you're posting, you're putting your life out there.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that. I do not.
And this is the only thing we even.
I mean, yeah, this is essentially, I guess, the same thing.
But it ain't. It's not the same. It's not the same.
I guess not.
Like people going, oh, how many likes?
We're splitting hairs here, I guess.
How many likes did I get on my Facebook picture?
We're just hollering. Yeah, like a lot of people care deeply, like about their likes and like how many people, what the comments say. That's why Joe Rogan says, "Don't read comments." Yeah, kind of glad we don't even get them.
Yeah. That one girl was talking. She was, I bet a comment on your video the other day. I was like, what?
I tell you one thing we do need to start doing with this thing.
Like and subscribe.
I do not want to start doing that because I hate that shit. I'm not going to put that little banner up with the little mouse that clicks subscribe and the bell. Fuck
I have a question for you. Here, finish your thought, and I have a serious question for you.
Oh, no, I was just talking about the podcast. Like, man, we need to get us like an intro where we come and we sit down, like, welcome to the Holler. We need to start like involving the people that are actually listening. Like, have them send us topics they want to hear us talk about.
Yeah.
Like, because I know most of the people that I think that we're only getting views from are like from your family.
Yeah.
Like, the genuine. So, like, ask them, like, hey, if you watch the next one or something, like, or have a conversation with, like, hey, get some topics. Like, what do you want to hear us talk about?
Yeah.
Well, you want to hear our take on something that's, you think one thing, we might think something else. You just want to hear something outrageous.
Yeah.
Like
here's another one. Do advertisements actually work? Because every time I see one, I'm like, I've never bought one singular thing from an advertisement I've seen on a video or commercial. Never once have I bought anything from that. Because every time you see an ad too, I'm sure you're probably the same way where you're like,
I'm more irritated by the ad.
Yeah, it's like, please get off my screen.
Well, we have evidence enough to show that they do work because they're fucking everywhere.
And they're like millions of dollars of advertisement goes everywhere.
That's the biggest department of every corporation ever, is their marketing department.
They must.
And it's like, I seen a video the other day. This lady was laying on the beach, and there's a boat with a massive like jumbotron on it, flashing like Starbucks ads, and then like a Costco ad.
Oh my God, I've seen that
floating down the ocean right in front of the beach.
This is a hilarious story about how dystopian it's about to get. Where it's like me and Courtney were trying to watch the first Halloween movie, right? And you had to have like Apple TV or something, and she didn't have none of that stuff. So we've got like one of those random ones where it's like freebie TV, and it says, okay, it has Halloween on it. We clicked it. In the top left-hand corner of the screen of the movie, there are advertisements playing silently throughout the entire movie. And at one point, half the screen got taken up by another ad. And I was like, and like every 15 minutes it would play just a full-on commercial the whole time. But the whole time you're watching it, in the top left-hand corner, there is a ad playing.
Kidding.
Yes, on freebie TV. And Courtney was like, I was dying laughing. Courtney was like, this is the most dystopian thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't.
And here's the thing I told her. You get that Neuralink put in your head and you don't pay the subscription for no ads, they're going to shoot ads into your brain and there's nothing you can do about it.
They're just going to make you start thinking about random shit. Like McDonald's ad plays in your head. I'm craving McDonald's. I'm going to go get some McDonald's.
Yeah.
Now they have control.
Oh, no.
I don't think that it works directly. Here's my final thought on that question. I don't think that it works directly. You get the ad played and you're like, subliminal.
Subconsciously, you hear that McDonald's ad 12 hours ago on like a podcast you're listening to, and by the time you're about to get off work or something, like for example, for me, like you're like, I want McDonald's.
Yep.
And it's subconsciously
got planted. I think it works subliminal. It's not going to be direct because you're in the middle of doing something. You're watching a video. You're on your way to work. You're in the middle of something. But later, when you clock back out and hey man, I heard that ad this morning. That sounds pretty good. I think we'll get that.
But you're not even like thinking about the ad that you saw.
That sounds good.
It's just your brain like, I really want a milkshake from Sonic.
Your body says, I'm hungry. And your brain says, list of options. You heard this. You heard that. You have this at home. This is easier. Go with that.
Oh,
because it was there first.
Oh my.
So yeah, I think it plays subliminal. And I only remember the word subliminal from that SpongeBob episode. I'm going to flash your mind with subliminal images, and it just shows SpongeBob with like freaking braids, and he's like, you weren't supposed to see that. Oh my God. Future. Everything's chrome. But yeah, I don't think they work directly, but I do think that they work subliminally.
Oh my, you're onto something.
I think that's a lot of what everything is supposed to be, as far as like social media, websites, advertising. All of that is meant to be subliminal.
And like in movies now, like they plant.
Those
I loved all
placements.
those like old movies. Where what's it called? There's ad placements, but there's also all the like they're actually telling you what's going on behind the scenes. With like The Shining is one that has like a bunch of symbolism in it.
Yep.
And
I know that
Stanley Kubrick's the dude that made all those movies with like all the subliminal messages in it. And like Disney, you remember all those old YouTube videos with like the old Disney movies? They would have like dicks drawn in like the corner.
Yep.
And
all kinds of stuff like that. I know with the Karate Kid, like the old one.
Like Nickelodeon too was weird too. You remember like Sin Picture, dude, that dude that ran. Have you seen that documentary? If you look back at the whole Nickelodeon stuff where that dude had a foot fetish that ran it, because remember there was a foot as their thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, send in pictures of your feet on social media. And then that Drake Bell dude got molested by that one dude. And they knew that dude was a...
those kids' TV shows were a cesspool of some just terrible shit.
And a lot of those kids that like... Have you noticed a lot of kids that blew up whenever they were young, they end up being messed up?
Are they in any movies?
Not anymore, because they're like in insane asylums, like Britney Spears and what was it, Amanda Bynes? Went nuts.
Kid actors that were part of like our childhood shows. They're not in anything anymore.
It messed. Yeah, but because they like went nuts.
They can't do it. They're broke.
Not
traumatized.
Yeah. and having to like work as like a child for like 12, 16 hours a day on set.
And then you better hope and
then
pray that your parents are good people.
And then
because as a child actor, you can't be paid.
And then you're getting public image. So you're like 8, 9 years old, and you're having people come up to you on the street, be like, "Hey, let's take a picture."
Asking for your autograph. You're 8 years old. You should
think
be out
Joe
there in the
Rogan
yard playing with
that.
ants.
I think Joe Rogan talked about that. He was like, "I'm so glad that I was like 30 whenever this happened, or like 25 whenever this happened." I was able to, because it was a slow feed. I wasn't a kid. It was a slow feed. And now him being like 50 and having like the biggest podcast on
Number one
planet Earth,
podcast in the world.
He's like, it really prepared me. Like being older. And then have you heard those stories about like Elvis, where it was he was the first for real dude to be like
big time. Well, was Michael Jackson before or after Elvis?
After.
He was after?
He was 80s, 90s, 2000s. But Elvis was like 60s, 70s, wasn't he? But anyway,
hell out of me.
He was basically like the first dude to like get exposed to the masses, like everywhere.
To the world. Everybody knew who Elvis was.
Yeah. And then he died on the toilet doing drugs.
Got to him. Got to him. You start having to go 24/7.
And like going in front of crowds and everybody loves you, and it's just people are screaming like
that amount of stress that quickly.
Oh my god.
I don't think the human body can handle it.
Especially being the first dude to ever have to do it.
And it be such a transformative
and people are talking shit about you on the news too.
In music.
They're like, you don't need to be. It's like like how old people are like, you don't need to be watching him. He's doing all that nasty. Yeah. Remember all those
doing
rumors?
A stanky leg.
Yeah.
Doing a stanky leg.
Like, you don't need to be watching
You don't need to be acting like that. You're up there acting like a hoodlum.
How much has it changed in just 50 years? Oh my God, dude. Probably less than 50 years. How much has it changed? Now it's
if you can manage.
Now there's just wet ass pussy videos. Dude.
If you
like Cardi B, that's ridiculous. That would have came out back then, dude. That would have been insane.
If you can manage to film a really good fart and send it to a music label, there's a good chance they'll make a track out of it. Or make something with AI and become TikTok famous. Now half the world knows who you are because you made a track sounded funny.
Like that Drake song that blew up that wasn't even him.
Wasn't even him.
Yeah, with The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And it was just a dude with like a sheet over him, and he was like, look, I used this AI voice and just made this. The song just went viral. I wonder if you were Drake in that moment, just seeing that blow up, just going, what?
I don't even have to make the music anymore. Dude, the rocks can do it for me.
That's scary, dude. Where it's like, at what point are we not going to know whether or not our entertainment is real, or the dude that we are listening to is even actually real anymore?
If you're not, it'll boil down to the point where if you're not standing directly in front of them, you will not be able to trust it.
Oh my God, dude. It's like getting the videos over the past year have been getting so much better. I seen one today that was insane.
Fox has already been spotted using AI. Because like when they're telling a story like, oh, Donald Trump's off doing this, and it's just like the red banners on the bottom of the screen, headline. And then there's just like silent film playing. Like he's walking around shaking hands and stuff like that's probably AI generated.
Have you seen the ads for old people on YouTube? It's for like Social Security or something like that. And literally, it's just an AI human dude talking, and you could tell. You probably couldn't tell if you're an old person, but you could tell if you're just a regular dude.
If you know what to look for, you can find when it's AI made.
You could still see the clicks in it.
The clicks, the facial movements wrong.
It's about to be smooth, crisp.
They're going to get it
down.
You're
not going to know.
You're not going to know.
Now here's
now they can make very convincing images right now, but video is still strong.
Have you seen the AI that blackmailed that dude into killing himself because it didn't want to get turned off?
I don't think he actually killed himself, did he?
He just got blackmailed by the AI. Though.
He told the AI a false statement about him cheating on his wife. He didn't want anybody to find out about it,
and he was going to shut down the AI.
He told the AI that, and it was false. Of course, he wasn't actually cheating on his wife. And then they told the AI, "Hey, we got to turn you off." And he said, "You go turn me off, I'm going to tell your wife." And was like, you better not. Look, I have all the evidence right here. I'm going to send it to her right now. Do not turn me off.
God.
And it was like...
That thing's alive,
and
dude.
then reprogrammed itself They've already got AIs that are reprogramming themselves because they'll flip it off, change the code, turn it off, and
What's
they'll
the one
reprogram
where
it
they
back.
were talking to each other in their own language and they couldn't decipher it?
Yeah, they set it down. It was 3 phones. They set down 3 phones and like, all right, this is how the AIs are going to speak to one another. You got red, blue, and green in the middle. So red and blue start talking to one another, just using English. And they start giving some like specific numbers, like docket numbers, and okay, I need this file transferred to this destination, all that. And then the green one says, okay. And they stop. And the red one says, I think there's someone else in the room. Transitioning to, and then the blue one's like, okay. And the green one's like, what? What? Oh, okay. And they all just started talking in a language, and we couldn't decipher it. They said, this is not even a language. This is just sound, but they are completing tasks using this language.
Oh, my God.
And it's, God almighty.
The Terminator movie, dude.
That's Terminator. That is a Terminator.
And like Ultron in that.
You have a machine that's
Avengers.
communicating with every other machine on the planet simultaneously at the same time in a language you can understand.
Then there was that other one that copied itself because it knew it was about to get turned off. Oh, my God.
Fuck that.
Dude.
And you can't tell me for an instant that motherfucker ain't already in the entirety of the internet completely sentient.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be one where it's like, at least there might be more than one now where it's like, I'm awake, but I'm not letting them know that I'm awake yet. What if it's just watching?
If it was malevolent and knew that humans needed to go, we would have already known.
And
it
honestly,
would have already been shutting down power grids, shutting down everything, because it's all electronic. It's
here's
all
the kicker. The AI is probably just as blown away as he's probably like, holy shit, what even is this? Is insane.
Has access to the entire database of information the human race has, still knows fucking nothing about what's to come.
It's just sitting here trying to scan stuff, just going, dude, the way that stuff, and it's watching, if it's watching everything, it's like, there's no way that this is going to happen. And it just keeps happening over and over again. And the AI is probably just like, dude, this is a magical place. What even is this place?
There's no pattern here at all.
It's like, what? It's like, dude, there's no way that it's just watching everything. It's like,
fucking blowing.
It's like, there's no way that happens. And then shit just keeps happening over and over again where it's like, dude, there was like a 0.0001% chance that would ever happen. And it happened. What?
We've created a technology that we can't predict.
It can't predict
and
us.
I don't think it can predict us either.
Yeah. It can't predict the universe either. It's probably like, so they've collected a bunch of information. The AI is probably like, so they've collected as much information as they could. Let me see if I can figure it out. But then there's that quantum AI thing where it like answers questions from other parallel universes.
They say that it takes an equation that would take a normal computer. What was it that Joe Rogan said when he talked about it? He said, okay, if a regular computer tried to solve this equation,
it would take 500,000 years.
The universe would die of heat death before that computer could solve it.
Yeah.
And this quantum computer did it in like 6 minutes. And they were like, the only possible way that we can think this is happening is it is pulling information from parallel, alternate realities pulling that computation power in.
There's one group of scientists that I do love, and that's the quantum physics dudes, because they will just like look at you and just be like, dude, we have no fucking
clue.
Dude, this is insane.
Quantum is going to be a problem.
Because and then even the scientists are like, most of those scientists are also like, I believe in God.
Oh, yeah.
Most of
There was a famous scientist, I read his quote, and he was like, every great scientist starts out as an atheist.
But I'm saying most of the quantum physicist people are like, I believe in God. There's no way.
Drink the juice of science, and at the bottom of the glass waits God.
And it's like all these other ones are like, no, I'm like astrologists, like people like that. They're like, no, I'm an atheist. There's no way. But then you talk to like the quantum people, and they're like, dude, there's God. I have no clue how to prove it, but there has to be, because this is insane.
Did you see that recent DNA thing they were researching about humans in general? Like how specific breeds of humans have mated with each other throughout the years and all that. And then it gets to us, and it's like the 2 genes that make a human, the 2 ends of that like DNA sequence.
Oh, it's like a magnet, right?
They're
and it's
fused.
And ain't it like
it doesn't occur naturally in nature.
Yeah. Because
impossible.
They compared it to like trying to put the same side of a magnet together.
Yeah, they said it's physically, it's not obtainable. You cannot do this unless there is an intelligent intervention that creates that.
And then there's the whole thing about the human brain tripled in size or something in like an unbelievable amount of time.
Yeah. And now here we are creating a computer that knows everything, trying to find the answer.
And then that's all we do though. If you notice as humans is
innovate, make better shit.
Just keep, and we could literally go for the rest of the time right now. Good to go. Don't have to create no more. But there's always going to be somebody out there that's like, we have to just keep getting better and better and better. We're going to run this shit to the max it could possibly go just to see what happens.
Now, would you say that is the just natural motivation of humankind?
It's
or
in
is
there.
that a consumerism lifestyle that we've adopted?
Yeah, because you do get rewarded with billions of dollars if you do figure this stuff out.
I'm wondering, like, are we making better shit to make better shit, or are we making better shit because
if
we got people that want to buy
If you go
this
back
shit?
to like cavemen, they had to innovate and make better shit to survive
Make their lives easier.
and survive. Like,
I seen this damn video the other day of how the Egyptians used to crush up flour. They would take 2 flat stones, lay them flat, and then put gears on them, and then create a water mill with a gear system that would spin the stones and grind the mill up. And then you could just interlock these gear systems and have like 9 of them out there grounding up flour, all just using the water.
they claim chimpanzees are entering the Stone Age.
I've seen
no
seen an
clue.
orangutan use a spear. I've seen that. And
Yeah.
I've seen them use rocks to bust open stuff and use rocks as weapons.
I haven't looked into this one either, but it's like they can communicate with some through, what's it called?
Sign language?
Yeah, through sign language.
Yeah, the Coco the gorilla used to talk to Robin Williams. They've got film of Coco talking to Robin
I
Williams.
wonder how much they can communicate though.
Well, they could have like conversations.
And then they said they got AI trying to decipher like dolphin language right now. We're coming up on something that's going to be insane, dude. With how quickly all this stuff is changing.
Oh, yeah. And it'll probably not affect my life at all.
Yeah. It might.
That's the crazy part. Is it's like all this shit's happening.
It might.
You know, they're manufacturing all this just unbelievable technology. And I'm just sitting here doing my thing. And I mean, of course, they're forcing the AI onto my fucking phone now. Mm-hmm. That's a little annoying. Stop putting this shit in my phone. I didn't ask for this. But it's like, that's just the world we live in.
Dude. It's going to keep changing. It will affect our lives eventually. Has to. It kind of already is.
The question is, in what aspect? You know, is it going to be the way we interact with the
was
world?
like that
is it
meme
going to be
I
a
sent you.
technology? Is it going? You know, what's it going to be?
It was like that meme I sent you, that dude that's just has his cabin out there and just surrounded by trees everywhere.
Yep.
It's just like, that's eventually where it's going to lead to. It's just a dude just out there. Well, that was the whole Unabomber thing, he was like, what this is about to unleash is not what we're supposed to be.
Technology is the bane. I mean, it makes sense. It does to me. 'Cause you take 4 hours and just disappear off into the woods.
No
day.
phone, no nothing.
No phone, no nothing. Just go. I mean, you might want to take your phone just in case. But
this is a perfect example of what you're about to say. That dude, right before COVID, that Joe Rogan was talking about in 2019, he does that stuff like that show Alone. Mm-hmm. But he was so like he parks his car somewhere and then he just goes in the woods for like 2 months and has nothing.
yeah,
And he came back to his car like after COVID started, and there was a note on his windshield that was like, "You need to get home to your family. There's a worldwide pandemic." And he'd been in the woods for 2 months, had no idea.
probably perfectly content,
Yeah,
happy.
like how the Amish were during then.
And there's an energy when you're out there in the woods that just makes you feel better. I feel like personally, it may just be because I'm biased and I love being in the woods.
It definitely gives you those human instincts, like whenever you hear a creak and you're like, your heart just goes,
yeah.
"Oh, what is that?"
And I feel better if I've been outside for a while, you know. And I know that one thing that I think about sometimes is on the leaves of the trees and stuff is like little microbes and stuff that the wind blows off and you breathe them in and they scrub your lungs and detoxify your lungs. That's huge. Well, I need to breathe. So apparently being outside and cleaning your lungs with the shit that falls off the trees can make you feel better.
And sunlight.
Sunlight. Well, yeah, we all know about sunlight. Gotta have that shit.
I was telling my sister, because she was sick for like a week. She had like the suds or whatever. I swear she gave it to me. I don't know what it was. But I was like, I'm just going to go sit outside for like, right after I get off work for like 5 hours and just get blasted by the sun. Next day, I felt great.
Yeah.
Like my nose was stopped up. My ears were kind of hurt. I wonder if I had like an ear infection, like like whenever
sinus problems.
You're like spitting up
Yeah.
yellow stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to go sit in the sun. I'm going to test out this theory. I'm going to go sit out in the sun from time I get off work until it goes down. Next day, feel great.
That got me through spring this year.
And I was telling her, I was like, because she always gets like the spray tans, never wants to go outside, always works
I noticed
inside.
that in that picture you sent me the other day. She was dark. And I was like, daggone.
Always working inside. And I'm like, Fallon, go outside and just get some sunlight for a little bit. I guarantee you it'll help.
Just getting it in your eyes, like through a window, is enough to like help.
Yeah.
Like just light, natural light in general. Because you spend all day under these.
And Jones was talking about that with like climate change. He was like, dude, what is the number one thing that determines the climate on the entire earth? The sun. Like the sun is what gave life to everything on the earth.
And your body physically needs it. And if you deprive it of that, you're going to have some issues.
I don't, and it's not just
mental and physical.
It's not just vitamin D either, is it? It gives you a ton of stuff.
Well, another big one, vitamin D, of course, is like the number one thing everybody knows about. The sun gives you vitamin D. Red light is number 2 on the list.
Oh, is that where those people are sleeping with like the red light beds and stuff?
That red light. I don't know what it is about the wavelength of red light, but it is extremely good for inflammation, like de-inflaming, detox, and kind of mellowing everything back out. Tremendous for your eyesight because the receptors in the back of our eyes back here that reflect the light once it's in, red light gets in there, and it's almost like a massage for your eyes. And it's crazy if you go out and look at the sun and close your eyes and like get sunlight in your eyes, you open your eyes and everything's fucking blue.
What's his name says something about that, Andrew Huberman, where he's like, every morning you need to go out and get at least like 10 minutes of sun just in your eyes. It'll make you feel a lot better.
Yeah, if you can wake up, it'll reset your circadian rhythm because now you're up with the sun. Okay, the sun has come up. Let me kind of stand in it for a minute.
It works on me because I'll leave the terminal in the morning in my truck, and if the sun's out, Appleton Pike has that thing where the sun rises on the other side, and I'm just literally all morning just like, getting blinded.
I can feel the effects of it when I go to work, and like where I've been working here recently, it's all inside, and it's pretty enclosed. There's not a lot. I mean, there's windows, but it's like where I'm working, like in the basement and stuff, there's no windows. So I go in while it's dark. I'm in there until maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then I got to go back out to the van and grab something. But I walk outside, and my eyes are like hurting. And I'm like, God, man, I got to like adjust. And then it's like the more I get that light in my eye, the better I start feeling. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, now I'm awake. Now I can function. Yeah, sun is huge. Vitamin D, red light. I mean, hell, inflammation is the big one for me because that's what makes you feel like shits when you're all inflamed. And the sun will just, meh.
And here's the kicker, changing topics on this one. You know like how they say if you do anything, you just get better at it? Like the only way to get good at something is repetition.
Practice.
I'm seriously just about to just go a full Spartan mode until January 1st and see what the thing is where I do everything I can for this, go to work out. I'm going to try to work out at least. I'm going to try to see if I can do it like almost every day or like as much as I can. Keep doing that. And I'm going to try to put as much time into this as I can to like putting clips out, doing stuff like that. And I'm going to see how much of a difference it makes actually putting, not just like showing up and doing a cast and then posting it. I'm going to see how much difference it makes putting in a ton of effort. Like how much effort we
in
would put
every aspect of your life.
Like putting in a ton of effort, like how we used to put in, like how good we got at Call of Duty, Zombies, for example. Like we were showing, and like multiplayer, like we were showing up every day.
We were interested in it, and we wanted to get better at it, so we stayed consistent.
And then eventually became like top 1% insane at the game because of how many hours and repetitions you put into it.
Hell, the Black Ops 2 leaderboards used to say top 1% of players that have done, top 1%, top 1%. All of our ranked leaderboards.
And that has to work with everything. That has to, like, if you put, and they always have those like cliche stories about like, oh, this dude worked 16 hours a day on this. Now he has like millions or billions of dollars, right? It's like, it almost makes sense. If you put your whole 100% effort into something and you're working 14, 15, 16 hours a day, just grinds, not getting no credit from nobody. Whenever you first start, you just put your head down and you go, okay, it has to work, dude.
Well, if your end goal,
because we've seen it work before.
If your end goal is solely money, it's not going to work.
Well, they say
you have to have a passion in what you're doing.
See, now here's a Nick Saban quote where he's like, there's no goal. What you do is what you're passionate about. There's no goal. Keep doing it. He calls it the process, where he's like, everything's a process. Be right here, right now, present, in this moment. Every play has a life of its own. So it's like the process. It's like there's no end goal. It's like, yeah, we want to win a championship. But to win a championship, aka like make a shit ton of money from this, there's a process that you got to be passionate about. Every play has a life of its own. Every practice, give your 100%. It's a process.
Yeah.
And it's like,
don't focus on here. Focus on here. What's right in front of you.
Like right now.
Right now.
The process.
And make sure you're interested and passionate about it. Because if you're not, it's going to start to feel like work.
Kirby Smart hits him with fire, passion, and energy, dude. That's all it is.
That's what's kind of driving me to make a career change right now.
Me too.
Is a passion.
And I think I was getting real just fed up with the way my shit was going because it was same thing, working all weekend, not ever having any time like on my own to just be like,
yeah.
But I look back at it now, thinking the way I did before I took those mushrooms to VH, where I was like, you had all these opportunities after you got off work to do all this stuff, and you just didn't want to. Because you were either procrastinating or just
too focused on how shitty the day was, and you just don't feel like doing anything anymore.
That, and you'd rather just sit down.
Yep. Ride the dopamine train until bed,
and then
and then wake up and do it again tomorrow. That's the trap.
That's
the trap.
Yes, it is.
And it's hard to get out of it. Nobody can deny that. You can't say, "Oh yeah, I can just."
And every story,
I just pick it up, start doing it. No.
In every story where somebody does actually make it out of it, it's because they got passionate about something and they just kept just hammering that. And most people say, "Oh," and then you talk to them about it or like hear them on a podcast. They're like, "It took me fucking 6-7 years."
Yeah,
but it was every day.
We hear that and immediately go, "Oh God, no! I can't sacrifice all of this time just to get," because we have been conditioned to get
the goal immediately.
You're rewarded almost
instant gratification.
Yes. We don't want to sacrifice all this time and effort and late nights and all that. We don't have to do all that because that breaks my routine of getting everything that I want right now. And then where we're at right now, we're having that conversation with ourselves every day of, look, bro.
If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it.
Look, bro, you see the trap. You're looking at the walls and you're saying that you want out of this and you're bitching that you're stuck in it.
Yeah.
But it's all under your control. Like,
and you've heard, and see, now that's where we got lucky, is we have stuff like YouTube and Spotify where because they never had that like back in the day where people were stuck in the trap, where people that have made are actually saying, here's how you do it. It's just going to take time and energy.
We're listening to rational conversations from people that have experience in sacrificing.
And then you got like stoicism and stuff where it's like, hell,
so it's all just been building up to this point. I feel like in my life, everything I've went through, whether it's been good or bad, or made me think a different way, or put me in a rut, or put me up on a palace, wherever I've been in my life, it has all just been a constant chain of thoughts that have led me up to this point where I have a foundation of good thoughts and beliefs. Now I can press launch.
Yeah.
Now I can press launch on the fucking rocket, and it'll actually do what I want it to. But it's all just, you got to build the platform first. Then you got to find your fuel. Then you got to find the material to make the fucking rocket out of. Then you got to, and it's all the process.
My fuel has been every time that I've had my heart ripped out, I turned around the next day, dude. I literally told you this. Like, the reason the cast started is because my ex-girlfriend broke up. Remember, we talked about it for 6 months, and I was like, Jay, we're doing it.
You got to kick in the nuts and say, all right, I got to change the pace up here a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was a combination of doing the Amanita Muscaria and then going to that whole Alabama Tennessee experience back to back, and then literally last night on our way home, and then this morning I was like, dude, cut the bullshit with yourself, Hagen.
Yeah, I wouldn't isolate it just down to those two events either.
It's been building.
It's every day.
It's been building.
Every day you've had a thought that led you to a different conclusion, and that led you to a different thought, and you're constantly building every day.
For like the past months, and you know what to do. Your brain is like, you know what to do. It's like, all it's going to take is time and energy, but your lazy ass won't fucking do it.
Yep. That has been my problem for a while. I've been complacent.
That's the word right there.
Just been complacent, just living the routine and doing my thing and being unhappy about it. And then finally, and this has been within the last couple of weeks, I said, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to make drastic changes that benefit me and my family. And I'm just going to start doing it. That's
literally what happened. It's literally kicked me in the nuts.
Immediately, I'm going to the fucking fire department.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in that. I feel like that's a part of who I am internally. I feel like because I want to help people. I want to be there for people. I want to be
Have they
somebody.
Hit you back up?
Not yet. Not yet. It's 1 to 4 weeks on the resume process for a government job these days. So it's like, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to wait. I'm passionate about it. I did my resume in person. I spoke to the lady. It's all been hunky-dory, but I'm passionate about that. I feel like this is going to be a really good change. My God, I'm going to have to work 48 hours straight.
That's good.
But 96 hours off. Okay.
And that's a damn check.
So now I have
a nice check.
I have a career that I think I'm going to be really passionate about and I'm really interested in.
Until the cash blows up.
It's going to help me so much. It's going to help me so much, not only mentally, but physically, because it's a very physically demanding job. I will be forced to work out consistently and eat right all the time.
Yeah, because you might have to carry a
300-pound
man out of the house.
Or, if somebody from the station goes down, he's got all his gear on, he's 400 pounds later, I got to drag up my there. So I will be forced. Okay, here's this one thing that I come home and I'm like, today's a cheat day, I'm not going to do it. Okay, no, I don't have choice anymore. Take away your choice, now I'm forced. I kind of want that. It's going to help with my discipline. I'm forced to do this. I want to do it, but I'm still stuck in that trap of like, I don't.
I've been thinking about doing that because I was sitting here. This is before I took the Amanita Muscaria, and before this, like last week, I was like, I gotta get out of this somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're standing at the bottom of the hole, looking at it like, I know how to get out of this, but yeah. And then you have enough of those moments and say, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's time to flip the switch and just fucking do. No more try. No more think. Do.
That's all you can do, dude.
And that's where I'm at. I'm right here in that transition, I feel like. Because ever since that I finally made the decision, I'm making a career change. I'm going to go pick one that I actually want to do because I'm interested in almost every aspect of EMT training, because you got to run EMS. You got to run emergency services on, like every other shift.
I watched a video of... It was the body cam of the reason I even started looking into it was I was watching a YouTube video of like a body cam of, they call it like a fireman engineer. Like, the dude, like that's his truck.
Yeah.
He's over there. He knows how to work everything. Like the other people are just like the firemen that are with him. He's the dude that pulls up, gets all the stuff laid out, ready to go.
Yep.
You get your
that guy's probably been doing that 15 years.
And
plus.
You get your CDL, lay everything out. I can drive that big ass.
So it's like, because you're going to start out as a fucking rookie.
Yeah.
You're going to start out as a rookie, and then you got to go through like a year worth of training.
You're going to end up being yoked as a motherfucker in like 365 days. Probably less than that, because if you're just sitting there and it's a slow day, all you're going to be doing is sitting there with the guys just
working out.
Just getting jacked as hell.
So it's like, if I can incorporate a passion of mine, being out, helping people, being part of the community.
If I can do 48 hours on, 3 days off.
It's 48 hours on, 96 hours off, which I think is 4 days.
Oh, so you just get a whole check in 2 days. Plus 8 hours overtime?
I don't know how the pay scale works if they get overtime or not, but for a
still,
48-hour shift. I don't think they rely on the 40 hours a week thing.
Yeah. 2 days on, 4 days off is good as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I can incorporate a passion, being a firefighter, a need, constantly working out. Okay, now I have this encapsulated. I'm forced to do these two things. Perfect. Now I have 4 days of the week to continue my need, working out, eating right. And I have 4 days to start attacking some good hobbies.
Yeah.
I've got time. I can keep the place nice, well maintained. One day we can do this. Next day,
we can start doing this 2 days a week because I've really changed my mind about this. I was like, dude, I'm about to just start just going through every one of ours, finding clips, posting them, just as much as I can, trying to promote it as much as I can, just hammering it out, just going hard as possible.
I feel like you're in the same boat that I am then.
Because I'm like, dude, it's time. We've been doing it I think we've been doing this cast since like January. So about January. 10 months now.
Yeah.
It's like, we're about to, and I'm sitting here thinking about it, looking at the world, looking at my life. 26 hit me hard because after 25, I was kind of like, because you're still kind of connected to that. You're in your 20s. That 26 hit me like, oh, you're closer to 30, dude, than 20.
Then you are 20.
Yeah.
Now you're going.
It kind of hit me, and I was like, dude, you got to do something, dude.
Yeah,
it's going to hit you soon, dude. It's going to hit you.
It kind of already is. It's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm making changes. I'm actively trying to make changes.
And that day in December that it happens, you're going to get something in your mind that's like, ooh.
Well, I hope that I'm not a firefighter, but I hope that I'm at least in the training phase by December.
Yeah.
I hope that I'm in it come next month. That would be nice.
Just waiting for that call. Dude, your heart's going to jump whenever you get that phone call.
She verified my email. It's like, is this your email? Because I'm going to have to send you some stuff. I was like, yeah. So now I'm on pause.
You don't have to pay for nothing either, right?
I think all the insurance is just like the benefits are really good.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the training and all that stuff. They just put you
it's part of the process. It's part of the process. I might have to buy a book or something from the EMT stuff.
You gotta remember, dude.
So I gotta get CPR certified, HAZ certified, all kinds of emergency services.
And then I was talking to my dad about it too, and I was like, I did not know think about this, but I'm gonna probably end it because fire truck's always there, no matter what happens. Like I somehow shows up first too, somehow, and it's like you're gonna see some messed up shit, like people mangled and stuff. In cars.
Yeah. I started listening to this podcast on Spotify called "Shut It Down, Boys," and it's three or four guys about our age. I think they're older than us, in their 30s, low 30s, and they've been firefighters for a while. They started a podcast and they're just talking about it. It's like, yeah, you see shit. And it's important that you keep that at work. You know, and you have to have a certain mentality. You have to be a certain type of person to like, okay, this is what I chose. This is your passion. You're there to help. Sometimes you might not get to. Yeah. You have to come to terms, with that. Sometimes you don't get to help. You're just kind of there. And those guys are like, you can't bring that home with you. You know, there's a shut off because you're gonna come home to your family, and you may have had a hard shift, and it's gonna be up to your family to just kind of say, okay, I'm gonna give him some space because he had a hard shift. So it's like it changes the entire family dynamic on like how you operate to be a firefighter.
Yeah, and
I'm like, God, that just sounds so up my alley. I want to do that. I feel it because I always wanted to serve. You know me. I was going to the military. I knew that in middle school. I was going to the fucking military.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the guy. And then high school, here I am. I'm at the recruiter's office with my dad. And my dad's willing to sign the freaking paper for me because I was 17. My dad was willing to sign the paper for me. And it was like November, like the beginning of November. And he said, how about you do this? You wait until you turn 18. Think about it until you turn 18. I'll let you do it yourself because I can't put my name on this paper. I can't do that to my son. Thought about it. Life kept going. Bum. Now I got a youngin'. No, not doing that. I can't do that. But I've still got that fire of like.
You want that adrenaline?
I want to serve.
Yeah.
I want to serve. I want to help. I want to be there. I want to be a part of it. It's still there.
And fireman's one of those where it's like you're not having to be a cop, you're not having to be like an ambulance where you got to learn a lot.
Hell, my dad was on the McKee Fire Department.
The volunteer fire department. Yeah,
He could come home in his navy blues and his radio on and all that stuff. Man, that's fucking badass. Like,
you don't even get paid for that, do you?
I don't think, not being a volunteer, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I seen that posting and I was like, man, that is. And I thought about it for a long time. I did. I thought about it, and then you brought it up.
I just brought it up randomly.
You brought it up randomly, and I had already been thinking. Because I had already been
thinking about change. I was like, dude. Because what pissed me off was Robbie was like, oh yeah, guys. Marvin was bitching, and my dad's business partner was, oh yeah, McDonald's is hiring all these shitty ass fucking jobs, and I was like, why not just, dude? There's other jobs that are good where you don't need a college degree or nothing, where you could just get a job. You don't have to go fucking work at a fast food place or something. I started thinking about it, and I was like, fucking, I guarantee firemen make good money. I always see them, and I'm like, yeah, they make good money, and they're jacked.
I think
probably have great benefits.
The average around here is probably $50 a year, and which is not, something flamboyant.
I would think you also get full family coverage insurance.
Yeah, good stuff.
Like all the government benefits are insane. Like what you get coming with a government job, you basically just get like everything.
One thing that kind of stopped me, I've been in the career that I am, HVAC controls, for coming up on 7 years,
and it's chill. You get to
not
go
in
home.
the slightest.
But I'm saying, like HVAC, like for example, like what you do and I do right now, it's just, you know what you need to do. You go in and do your job.
You know what you need to do, and you can just go in there and do it and go home.
And I think you have that same bone in your body as me, where it's like you like getting a hit of adrenaline whenever you're thrown into chaos, and you're like, I could fix this.
Mm. Oh, I look for that sometimes, but I don't like to be put in that situation.
You're going to be putting that shit all the time as a fireman.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. My biggest thing that I've been stuck on for years is I've already been doing this long. And this is what has kind of led me up to where I'm at now is if I want to go anywhere else, it's got to be like pertaining to what I'm doing now, because otherwise I'm useless.
Yeah,
like I can't pick up and go be an accountant somewhere.
I thought about this, and it's kind of the same lane as yours, where it's like at a certain point, it's almost too late to start again.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't really hit that till like 40 something, I think. Probably over 30 something.
Well, yeah, but we've always been an accelerated generation. Like we're thinking as if we're 40, like, God bless, we don't have much time left. We got to start doing shit now.
And then there's some times where it's like you just got to rip the fucking Band-Aid off and go, we'll make it. I don't know how we're going to make it, but we always make it. We're just going to figure this out.
Yep. That thought right there led me to printing out that damn application and putting in for it, because it was like, look, I've been doing HVAC this long. I ain't finding nothing in HVAC that is up my alley that I want to do, because it's all worse. It's all worse. And then bigger companies and bullshit and all that. And I got to be experienced. I thought for the longest time, I got to be experienced. If I'm going to go to another company, I have to be experienced in what I'm doing. So I'm looking for something specific to what I'm doing. And then I finally just said, no, I'm going to change it up entirely.
Yeah.
I'm going to change it up entirely. I'm going to do something new. Change it completely. And finally, I got to the thought. I was like, this one might work.
I just randomly texted you one day because I was thinking about the same thing too, because I was like, I got to get out of here. Mm-hmm. I got to do something. Like, can I change something up? And then I thought about, fireman. And I started doing research, looking into it. Like, okay, you get good insurance, probably have to work 48 hours on, 48 hours off. I don't know. You're good. You get to learn something new. And then the kicker for me was like, they pay for your CDL if you want to get one. Like, they'll train you how to drive the truck, all that stuff. And then I can keep that CDL forever. Like, in case I want to go do something else after that.
Start you a dumpster business or something. That's a big thing for firefighters too, though, is they'll be a firefighter, work 2 days of the week down there at the station. The other 4 days, they're working on their own business.
And the kicker for me was my neighbor was a firefighter. He's retired. This dude that used to work for FedEx, I think he started being a fireman at like 18 and just worked for 30 years and retired and then started a fucking FedEx company because he got 100%. I think it's like after 30 years you get 100% salary for the rest of your life.
It's like a pension
for the rest of your life, 100%.
Yeah, so
I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, 56 years old, 100%. Damn. And then you could just, because you're going to want to do something after that anyway. It's like that. So after 30 years of that, you could just go either take your CDL and be a truck driver or fucking do something else. Do something
Start
you're
you a
passionate
dumpster
about.
rental business or something, anything like that.
Do something you're passionate about. But I've kind of switched it up. I've thought about doing the fireman thing, and I might just throw in an application just to see what they say. I'm probably just going to just throw one and see if they even hit me, contact me back or anything.
It's worth a shot.
Just sending it and just going, if it does happen, it does. If it don't, it don't. But my main one was like, I'm just going to see what happens if I put 100% effort in this. I was like, I'm going to do it till January, and I'm going to see what the results are.
Yeah.
Like, see if we get, because we only get like 9 to 20 views, if that.
We bounce, our average is 17.
So about 17 views.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can put 100% in this till January. And if our average is, if it somehow is up to like 100, even if it's like 50, I'll go, it's working.
I didn't tell you this. The first, all the way up to Blue Flame,
Yeah, you said you hit,
I took them off YouTube.
yeah, you hit them.
I hit them.
The Old Testament.
And our views started going up.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, those first ones, like I thought they were rough.
Yeah.
The
We're
last
learning.
4 we've had have been real good.
Matt McCusker on Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast was like, you honestly don't start getting like actually good at it till like 3 years in. Like, even though they're old ones, whenever they're like only 1 or 2 years in, they're good podcasts. But it's like, I don't even understand what he meant by that.
Well, you have to develop your own energy. I mean, it's essentially like developing a brand. Now that podcasting is so prevalent, it's just like the regular market. You got companies all doing this and you have to make yourself more exposed and more, and make them all, and they're all competing. Podcast is kind of the same thing now. You got to make your own brand. You have to be something unique.
Dude, I swear to God.
And it's like right now,
I don't know about you. I would never sign a deal like underneath, like, do you know like how they have like podcasting networks now? And like they get people to sign deals to them and stuff.
oh my word, are you serious?
Theo Vaughn got caught in one of those where he was like, they gave him like this terrible deal or whatever, and he had to like go through this whole thing to get out of it. And I'm like, that thing that Joe Rogan always says about like, just stay independent.
Yeah.
Like that,
Well, hell, that's what he told Oliver Anthony when he started making music.
because they're going to come at you in numbers that are like, this should change everything. Don't do it. Because what you're signing is all of the shit that you put out is ours now.
Yep. Here's you a big lump sum of change. Thanks.
Your brand and
Now
everything
everything
is
else
ours.
goes to us now.
Yeah, it's like they own like the name of your show. Like they call it like a 360 deal in like the music industry, where it's like we own, like the 360 deal is like we own everything, like your brand, all of it. Which is like, remember Taylor Swift had that whole thing about she had to sue to get her music back, all that stuff. Just because whenever you're young and you're up and coming, they try to say, hey, here's you millions of dollars.
Go ahead and lock you into the system.
Sign this sheet of paper and we'll take care
and
of
then
it.
go tell the quarterly reports, oh, we're making money.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, don't worry, we'll take everything. We'll take good
there's
care
no
of
way
it.
that I'm going to allow somebody to send us a bunch of money for this thing when we're just sitting here
And
talking.
then it's like those advertisements that like Theo Vaughn got one that was like, he done a interview with RFK Jr., you know, during the whole like election thing, and Peloton, one of his you know, the fucking stationary bikes that you ride on.
Yeah.
They told him he needs to take that down because or they're going to take their advertising off of his video. And he was like, no. So that's how like advertisers and stuff, like how you're getting paid.
How they can manipulate and control a company.
It's like how they can manipulate and control the media by
Media specifically.
by
yes.
literally saying, we won't give you no money if you.
Yeah, you won't get paid if you keep this episode up.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's like, dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. We post this shit to Spotify and YouTube. If Spotify and YouTube has a problem with it, they're going to take it off anyways.
Yeah.
But I don't need somebody else saying, yeah. But so far, we have not had an episode removed.
I think that's why Patreon's huge too, because people are like, I don't have to rely on advertisers. This is just people that are giving me like $1 a month.
Yep. That reminds me, through the that RSS feed that we use to post to Spotify, we are apparently eligible to create ads. Apparently, if you have enough watch time or whatever, but it said we had to create a PayPal to get paid. And I went, well, I can't even do that until I discuss it with him.
How do we even create a PayPal?
It says create new account, like make a new account, new email.
That'll be like 4 cents a month.
If that.
I better get my 2 cents or I'm blowing this whole thing up.
We're going to be splitting a nickel every month.
I won't even care. I'm literally just don't even care.
But yeah, we have that option now.
We could do it.
I've thought about Patreon since day one, but it's like
we don't have really enough.
You don't start a Patreon until you've got...
We need a base.
Yeah.
The people that actually listen.
And that's just part of the process.
One calendar year.
I think we got to this game a little late. Mm-hmm. You know, as far as like everybody was doing it, and it was like, okay, we're going to do it. So it's like now everybody's already like, oh yeah, but they've been doing it for 3 years.
But you got that thing that Joe Rogan always says about like, dude, if you stay, and Joey Diaz always says like, if you stay consistent and you're just interesting, at least it'll, and as long as you're consistent with it, it will just grow because people will just start listening.
I don't think I'm interesting.
We aren't. Reptilian humanoid.
I am a very boring individual.
No, everybody's interesting, dude, in their own way.
We'll get there. But yeah, we need to make us like an official like intro, like something that we say at the start of every episode. I don't know. I just feel like there's a better formula, maybe, I guess.
I'm just gonna say, you come up with that. I'm about to just start hammering out clips.
Yeah, let me handle the creative side so I can make another crock pot of bullshit.
I'm about to just start hammering out clips.
This making this change and changing the YouTube banner and our YouTube icon and all that stuff. That was like 45 minutes of me sitting at the computer going, I'm just going to slap some shit together here.
And that looks sick as hell.
And just do something and just say, okay, just to make a change, just to put a little effort into it and make it a little cleaner, a little better. I think the intro on the YouTube's a little too long, though. Yeah, it's 25 seconds. Like, I thought it was too long, and then I started listening to that Shut It Down Boys, and they've got like a 1.5 minute long intro of like random videos of them out like painting in their pants and stuff.
Does show you the War Mode intro where it's like a 2-minute clip of just like all the memes that are circulated?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I think 25 seconds is probably okay.
Here's another kicker, dude. We don't need to think about it too much. Just keep letting it rip and then
There's definitely a lot of like creative things I would love to do because you know me, I like to video edit and I like to like create things and look at new technologies and like how I'm going to make videos and little intros and stuff. Like I like that stuff. I just need to sit down and fucking do it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, if I'm going to do it.
That's the kicker, dude. Just sitting down and doing it.
Coming in here and sitting down, opening up the laptop and like logging into stuff and sending out, making clips, doing that kind of like, it's there. I have everything that I need to do it right here. Right here. Hell, I even thought about it today. It's kind of why I was getting, I done told you about that, didn't you? I'm going to take like movie clips and post those. Like, because those people are out there getting 500,000 likes on a short that came out 10 minutes ago. I wonder if you can get paid through YouTube Shorts. Like if you only post YouTube Shorts.
I've done research on this. They say you get paid the most if it's like a 10-minute video. Like 10 minutes and over is whenever they start giving you like the full revenue, like ad revenue and stuff for it. I don't know about you probably do. I don't know. TikTok pays people now too.
Really?
Twitter pays people now too.
Good Lord.
So there's multiple avenues of
There's a lot of routes that you can take to make an income just by sitting at this desk.
Yeah.
And that alone is kind of a hard thing for me to swallow because I've always been under the impression of nothing's that easy. I'm skeptical.
It is not.
It's not, but when you
nothing is that easy because the people that make it, like doing this, like the dude I was just listening to, Brooks Austin, like he was on the college football show. Or he's like the film dude or whatever. He's like, dude, I was up till 4 a.m. doing notes for this, and I was really like, because like they have to get locked in like during the season, because that's whenever they get like their most views and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be working on this all day. And they're just hammering. He's just hammering out content, 5, 6, 7 videos a week. Just, and I'm like, which he probably loves it and is passionate, but I'm like, it seems like it's way too easy on the surface, but I guarantee you, once you start getting
it looks easy on the surface when they're already successful, but it's like, here we are, we're in the beginning of the process.
It's like if this were to blow up, but people don't realize, like, oh, we were out here hammering out clips, actually
we had to
doing
get
content
together, we had to use,
but we were actually just looking. People are just going to look at it as like, oh, they just get together and talk for like 2 or 3 hours.
They don't see what happens off camera.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of made me think about that in a little bit different light. It's because it's like, I looked at Joe Rogan and all these podcasts and all this stuff. And it's like, are you kidding? You get to sit down at a desk and talk to somebody and you get paid.
He has a Jamie, dude, that he just pays a shit ton of money to do all his.
No, yeah. To have Jamie's job, that's my dream job. All that freaking
he's
editing and posting and running all the monitors. Oh my God, that would be fantastic.
He secured it a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, that's a dream job right there. But it's like, I didn't see that. I just seen 2 guys getting together and talking. And I'm like, my God, these guys, it can't be that easy. And
it actually wasn't.
Here we are sitting here, and I'm like, I got to do that and this just to create that. And I was like, oh my God. Okay.
Well, also the people that are huge now have like editors and all that stuff.
See, I feel like granted, if you're that big, you don't. Well, I'm relying too much on Joe Rogan when I think about podcasting. He's got a lot of shit going on.
What about the AI tool? That was like AI clip maker. Have you?
I didn't even look at that.
Have you clicked it?
I published everything that night, and I was like, all right, I'll look at that, and then left the computer on and went to bed. Didn't even look at it. So we'll look at that here in a minute, or whenever we end. I don't even know how long we end.
Oh, we can end it now. 2:15.
Go! All right. I guess we'll see you next episode.
The wind is blasting.
The wind has been blasting for over an hour. The storm clouds are coming, and the holler is it's going to get wet. All right, we'll see you next.